All right. Hi, everyone. What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in to Z Talks episode 20, which it's been a couple of weeks since I've actually been doing this. Of course, if anyone knows, I've been from the channel, I've been on holiday, so Z Talks hasn't been going on. But in that meantime, you've had Pete from Playtendo with his weekly stream, keeping you entertained as always. So yeah, today I'm joined by Josh, Pete, and Ryan. So yeah, hey guys, how you doing?
What's going
Not
on?
bad.
Not too bad, yeah.
Awesome. I just want to say also as well, my thoughts are with anyone at the moment who's currently in America going through the whole hurricane. I know Ryan lives in Florida, but you've been kind of missed that, right?
For the most part, it's been kind of windy and it's raining a little bit, but I'm up in the northern part of Florida, so I didn't get the direct hit of it.
Right. Yeah, I think it's more south, right?
Tampa, hit Tampa, so it's like 4 hours from here.
Right. Yeah, and I think I saw a video earlier. I think maybe in Fort Myers, someone like put a video on like TikTok, and like because the water's gone inland from the sea, like there was like just a shark kind of floating in the water, like along someone's street.
Wow.
Whoa.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Right, I was like, yeah, I'm not going in there at all. I'm waiting for that to go back into the sea, and then I'll show my face. Yeah, I love sharks, but not next to one. No.
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 So yeah, I just want to firstly say also a welcome to Josh, because it's Josh's first time Z Talk. So Josh, how are you?
I'm not bad. Thank you for having me. It's great.
Yeah, of course, man. Been wanting to get you on for a while. Pete, it's been, I think I looked earlier. I think it was maybe like episode 9. I last had you on.
It's been a little while, hasn't it? But it's always great coming on the stream. Thanks for inviting me on.
Yeah, of course, man. You're welcome anytime. It's great to have you back. I know since then, I know we've been on like a random like hangout and chat one. Like I've had you on one of those. It was a while ago. And Ryan, it's been a couple of weeks since you've been back. So yeah, welcome guys. Great to have you back on. And I just want to start this off by, can I just introduce my guests and give them the floor over to them? So I'm going to start with Josh, who is first on my list over here.
You're pointing in the right way this time. Yeah.
Right. I'm useless at that. So Josh is Josh from Klassic Reviews. So Josh, for anyone who doesn't know you, don't tell everyone a little bit about the channel.
So I have a channel called Klassic Reviews. I do movie reviews, sort of like short form movie reviews. I'm going to start doing video essays. I do song reactions, album reviews, etc. And yeah, that's basically what my channel was about. And I hope you guys come and check it out, because my content's getting better. So yeah.
Yeah, and I love your edits as well. And
thanks.
One of my videos actually coming on Monday for a movie called Deadstream, which is like a Shudder screener I got. I actually took inspiration from one of your edits where like sometimes in like black and white. I kind of did the same thing, but probably not as good.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm looking forward to checking that out.
Yeah, thanks, man. So yeah, definitely go check Josh out at Klassic Reviews, and also he's recently started a podcast with Pete. So Josh, can tell everyone a little bit about that.
Yeah. So basically, it's called the Cineverse Podcast. Me and Pete every 2 weeks do a podcast. We have a different topic, and on the last podcast of each month, so the second podcast, we have a new guest on each time. And we recently just did our first episode on Monday. Went swimmingly well, and we're looking forward to doing it again, aren't we? So
yeah, definitely. It was a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah, awesome podcast. I'm also going to leave the link after the stream for that podcast. Also, please go subscribe to the channel. And yeah, the way it's going to work, if I'm not mistaken here, Pete and Josh, is you guys, and the first, after like the second week, you guys are just going to do like just you guys. Then at the final one of the month is like a special guest, I believe.
Yep, that's exactly. So we're going to have 2 each month, one being just us 2, and then the last one being with a guest. So
yeah, that'd be good.
Sweet. Yeah, so awesome podcast. Definitely check it out. They have got the first episode live right now, so you can check that out. And I don't know if that's Ryan's.
That's the flood warning.
But yeah, so Josh, welcome to the channel, man. Great to have
Thank
you
you.
on.
Thank you.
And next I want to go down. I'm not even going to point at the arrow. I'm going to go down to Pete this time. So Pete from Playtendogui has been on the stream before, but for anyone who doesn't know Pete, Pete, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your channel?
Yeah, I will do. I ask everybody this every week, and when I get to ask it, I really don't know what to say. But yeah, I'm Pete from PlayTendoGuy. I do video game reviews, Blu-ray hauls, where I basically buy up half of H&V and never watch the films. I do True though, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We also do a weekly live stream where we get loads of great guests on. We've had Josh on in the past and hope to get him on in the future, as would Mike, and we definitely have to get you on as well, Ryan.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah,
Right.
it's a lot of fun doing YouTube, and you meet some fantastic people on the live streams.
True.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and just that sense of community as well is so good. Like for example, like Pete, you're on the stream tonight, and then next week I might be like, oh, see Josh on there, on your stream kind of thing. So yeah, it's always great. And the funny thing is, Pete, when you mentioned about like buying H&V and maybe not watching the movies, is I literally watched Ryan's stream last night, and him and Stephanie were talking about he'll buy like this Blu-ray horse, and he'd be like, yeah, half of them's in like the shrink back there, not even open and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a ton of them.
Yeah, that sounds like me. I should think about 60% of mine are still in the shrink wrap.
Oh my god, bro.
I've actually got quite a few. Actually, I've just been looking up my collection, like that you guys can't see it on camera. Yeah, I still haven't watched half of those movies.
I think I've only got one in the shrink wrap. I think I've only got one.
Really?
In the shrink wrap, yeah. Because I have a habit of wanting to see what's inside of it and then just like.
Right. Yeah. What's these?
I think I've got about 400 still sealed, if not more.
Wow.
I don't even have that many films anymore.
Quite a bit.
Well, the funny thing is, right, when Pete does a live stream every Wednesday night, so yes, by the way, sorry, go down the description box, go subscribe to Josh and go subscribe to Pete at PlayTendoGuy, and Ryan's link will be down there, which we'll get to Ryan in a second. But Pete, the funny thing is, on your stream every week, I always admire like Andy's collection, and I always usually say on Pete's stream, like, Andy, go pick out a movie, give us a review, because he's got like nearly 5,000 movies in his collection.
5,000.
Yeah, he's got a huge collection.
Yeah, I think it was like
I need to up my game. God.
Right. But I think it was like a couple of streams ago. I think it was asked like how many movies he's got exactly, and I remember him saying he keeps like an Excel spreadsheet, and he's like 4,600 some.
Yeah, something like that. It's like a couple of hundred away from 5,000.
Right. Puts mine to shame. Put Ryan's, Josh's. Yeah. I don't even know about you, Pete, because you got so many. I don't even know how many.
I think I've got about 1,000. Probably.
Where'd you keep them all?
I try and find space somewhere.
I'm out of room. I'm focusing on vinyl and music at the minute.
Well, they seem to be in every single room. They'll soon be moving to the bathroom soon.
Oh, you'll just be looking at them like, what one do I watch tonight?
Yes, that's the decision I always try to make is like when you have all those, it's like, what do you decide to watch? You have so much to choose from. Where do you begin?
That is true, yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's so true. I can imagine just Pete just brushing his teeth in the morning and just a stack in front of him being like, right, which one today?
He's just brushing his teeth and goes, oh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but the issue is, right, is like when you guys got Blu-rays and 4Ks and stuff like that, like they're not too bad because they don't take up a lot of room. But it's like when Josh, for example, in the back of his stream right there, he's got like that Joker one.
Oh, yeah.
And that takes up some room.
I got that for a bargain, I think it was 37 sealed. 37.
I think mine was 35 for pre-owned though.
All right.
But not sealed though. Obviously sealed, right.
And it came with the vinyl as well, which I was super pleased with.
Yeah, I've got that too. Yeah, because when I saw your video, Josh, I was like, wow, I have to have that. And I went on eBay and someone was selling it like dead cheap. I was like, right, buy.
Yeah, it was a beautiful set.
Really, really.
Shame thing is with the vinyl though. I think something got spilt and it got stuck to another one and it ripped. The outside ripped, and I'm like, damn it, man. I can't have any nice things, can I?
Nah, really can't. But yeah, it's such an awesome set. And then so please go subscribe to Josh. Please go subscribe to Peter Playtendo. And finally is Ryan from RWR Movie Reviews, who I actually had the pleasure of meeting while I was in Florida. So yeah, Ryan, how are you? And do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your channel?
Doing good. So my channel, I pretty much do mainly reviews. But I also do Blu-ray hauls, end of the month Blu-ray hauls, I've been doing some Blu-ray hunting. I try to do some of those every once in a while. I don't go every week, but I try to do them, every few weeks or so. Dollar Tree hauls, stuff like that. And then movies, I usually cover a lot of Shudder stuff, and then a lot of the stuff out of the theaters as well. So
right,
a little variety.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And I know like recently you've been getting like a lot more Shudder screenings that you've been covering on the channel, which has been awesome to see. And yeah, like a bit like yourself, I know Josh recently did a Pop Funko hunt.
Yeah. I don't tend to do hunts anymore because I'm petrified of getting kicked out. Because I know shops are a bit funny with that. So I literally get my camera out and I'm like scouting around. My headphones fell off. I'm like scouting around, like where are they? But yeah, that was the only hunt I did.
Yeah, but it's true though. It's kind of like you do get a little bit worried, being like, oh, someone's going to tell you to stop filming or like delete the footage. You've just kind of done. So yeah, it's always one of those things. But yeah, I just want to again just implore everyone throughout the stream, please go subscribe to Josh, Pete, and Ryan's channels. Links are in the description box below. And yeah, guys, we've actually got some comments in, so we'll fire through some comments. And if we catch up, I've got a couple of questions to ask you guys.
My headphones fell off. That was embarrassing.
Don't worry about it. Well, the first comment we got is from Roddy. So hi, Roddy. Hope you're doing good. Yeah. He says, most anticipated movie for the rest of 2022.
That's easy for me. Avatar 2.
Same here. Yeah. Especially rewatching the restored 4K.
Yeah, you went to see it in 4K in IMAX, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like 4K. I don't think it was IMAX, the screen that I got to see, but I got to see 4K 3D.
Did it look good in 4K?
So the thing is, what I implore everyone, if you get a chance, is like while it's on at the cinemas at the moment, like when they roll the credits, like mid-credit scene, they literally show about a 5-minute scene from the brand new movie. And it shows the motion capture, what they use, like motion capture underwater, which is the first time ever in cinema. And it looks so good.
It looks nice, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to tell you what happens, obviously spoilers. But yeah. So I'm with Ryan.
I would go, but it's 3D, and I can't wear 3D because I'm obviously specs. So right. Otherwise, I would be going to that. So
well, I'm sure like a 4K release, I think, is coming before the new movie comes out anyway.
Yeah, they're supposed to do a 4K version of it.
Well, it'll be more sales, more money for the highest box office and stuff like that. So
they're really stretching for that 3 billion, aren't they? They're really stretching for that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, if they can re-release it and they get suckers like myself,
they're spending more money promoting one that's been out for 13 years than one that's coming out this year.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, I think in the opening weekend or first opening days, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a report that it made like 7 million.
Yeah, 30 mil worldwide it made.
Yeah, and that was just like 1 or 2 days. So never mind this like 2 weeks run that they're having with it. Yeah. So if they can make the money, I mean, they're laughing just re-releasing the same movie, really.
And probably might do that with the second one before the third one comes out.
Right.
Don't.
Oh, definitely going to happen, yeah.
Let's not wait another 13 years for the next one, shall we? Let's not jinx it.
Well, the thing is, from what I've heard, is when they were shooting the second movie, they were also shooting the third movie at the same time.
Yeah, they shot them all back to back.
Right. So I think the schedule is like every 2 years. It's coming out, so like 2022, 2024, 6, 8, etc. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But Pete, I'm going to fire to you next. So what's your most anticipated movie for the rest of the year?
I still think this film is a myth, but it's Avatar 2, if it does come out this year. Every time I think it's coming out, it gets delayed.
Don't jinx it.
Right. But it's just because it's been that long since the first movie, and like this was supposed to come out in like 2014, if I'm not mistaken, at the time. Yeah. But now it's
like supposed to be 2011 first, and then 2014, and then it's been delayed all the time. So if I wake up and there's an article saying it's been delayed, I'm going to blame Pete for that. I'll be messaging him saying, "Curse you! Look what you did."
But see, from what I've heard though, is that he's delayed it because the technology wasn't ready for the motion capture underwater.
Yeah.
And obviously it's become available. And I say that scene I saw, it looked incredible. So if that's the reason why, like, I don't blame it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're all Avatar. What about you, Josh?
Mine's completely different. I think
Okay.
we talked about anticipated films on our podcast, and
Mm.
I've seen Blonde.
You've seen it, yeah.
But number 2 was After Sun, which is a film starring Paul Mescal from Normal People, which is my favorite show. And this film is supposed to be like one of the best films ever, honestly. It's apparently really, really sad, really brilliant. So A24 made it, so I'm gonna love it. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I think we just got a trailer this week, and I think it comes out November time. And I think Mubi are distributing it in the UK. So I'm very excited for that one.
Is that the movie that you put on your Instagram like just not long ago? Today?
That was Stars at Noon, which is another A24 film, which is apparently not as good. But A24 killing it, even though I'm not a big fan of Bodies, and Men on Rewatch. I think they're killing it at all. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Even Lamb. I know that was last year. After Yang this year. They're just killing it.
Yeah, they've had some good releases this year, and actually some movies that I've actually enjoyed. So,
not so much for me, but
right. Well, anyone that knows me knows I have kind of like a love-hate relationship with A24.
I know you do.
Right. But I'll admit that they've actually had some movies I've really enjoyed this year. Like, I really enjoyed Pearl, and I thought that was going to be a movie I hated, but I actually really enjoyed that movie.
We're the opposite. I hated Pearl. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The score
Did you like
insane within like 10 minutes. Did I like X?
X was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought X was decent. I need to rewatch it. I've only seen it once, and that was back in March when it first came out.
Okay.
So I need to rewatch that one.
Yeah. See, I've never seen X, so I had like anticipation whatsoever. I know what happens in that movie because I've seen so many like reviews on it. But yeah, I actually enjoyed Pearl. Everything Ever All at Once is probably my favorite movie they've done this year, though.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
even I like film. So yeah, so it's a pretty good one there. That After Sun, though, Josh, you've got me interested because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's showing at BFI, but I would go, but it's sold out. Tickets are sold out. They sold out within like 20 minutes, I think.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I'm sad.
So yeah, I saw that BFI actually. Well, funny enough, I was actually just browsing on the internet last night because I always like looking at like the local cinemas next to me and see like because they're all different chains. Like we've got like Cineworld, Odeon, we've got like View, like Tyneside, Everyman. So I always look on like listings every week, see what they show differently. And Tyneside are actually showing like BFI movies, and one of them they're showing is like Matilda the musical coming out. I know, right? But I was thinking, but saying that though, it's like getting shown like 2 months before its actual general release. So I was like, wow. I was like, I mean, I was still up for watching it. I'll judge it when I've seen it.
What have they done to Trunchbull? What have they done?
Emma Thompson, isn't it?
Yeah. What have they done?
Yeah,
wow. They made her look like one of the what are their names? Tweedledum. They made them look like a bit like Tweedledum. Like short and stout, and she was like massive in the last one. What are they doing?
That was Pam Ferris in the first film, wasn't it? In the original.
She was legendary. She was like,
I
would
the chocolate cake scene
school if I would have
was enough.
Right. But I think the chocolate cake scene from the trailer just looks like it's going to be like a musical number this time, and that's it. So I guess we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Interesting.
Right. But yeah, we've just also got next comment here. We've got Jason, the old Millennial. So hey, Jason, hope you're doing good.
Hey, Jason.
He says, "Hey guys, I'm at the bank parking lot waiting for the bank to open. Have a nice stream. I'll catch you later."
That's so random. I thought I was random. Yikes.
Right.
Well, the bank opens at he's like 2:00 in the afternoon. The bank opens at 2:00. Dang, that's late.
Wow, I was shut at 2:00 in the UK.
Yeah, most of my banks don't even open.
Yeah, most lines closed down.
Well, Jason, I hope you get sorted at the bank, whatever you're doing there today. But thanks for tuning in. We've got the viewer Drew saying, "Hey, what's up?" So, hey, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
Good. We've also got Jacob Martin saying, "What's up, guys?" So, hey, Jacob. He says, "What's your thoughts on Deadpool 3 now that Hugh Jackman has come back as Wolverine?"
So many thoughts.
Okay.
I talked about it on my stream last night.
Right.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I mean, I don't have any issues with it. I wouldn't say like Deadpool's like my favorite. I know my wife likes Deadpool a little bit more than I do, but I mean, I'm cool with it. I haven't seen that many of the Wolverine movies, so maybe that's why I don't have as much nostalgia towards him as some other people do. But
right.
I mean, I'm cool with him doing that. I haven't really pictured anybody else doing that role. I know a lot of people have talked about, if he wasn't in that role, who would it be? So,
right.
That's pretty much my thoughts on it.
Okay, yeah. I think it's interesting. Like, so I like the way that they announced it, like he was going to be appearing with Ryan Reynolds and that kind of.
That was Twitter genius.
Funny.
That was
right.
absolute genius.
But I also like the part where, because at first, like maybe like you guys, I was like, well, didn't he not die in Logan? I was like, how's he alive? I was like, are they just trashing the movie or what? But then they did like a second part on Ryan Reynolds' YouTube channel and said like, don't worry about Logan. He's still dead in Logan. But like this is set before then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that sounds.
So I don't know how they're going to tie it in. Yeah, I mean, like Ryan, I'm cool on the idea personally. I think it'll maybe give a bit more depth to like a Deadpool movie, like something different than what we've seen in the first two. But yeah, Pete, I'm going to fire over to you because I know Josh said he has a lot of thoughts. So Pete, what's your thoughts on this?
When it was first announced, I was like 2 months. I was like, yes, but what about Logan? But just thinking about it, the Deadpool films are just a load of fun, and it'll be great to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together. I mean, the dynamic between Wolverine and Deadpool has always been quite fun in the comics and in some of the games I've seen. So it'll be good to see it translated onto the screen because they'd basically just be bickering through the whole film, I think.
Right. I can imagine it'd be like a lot of comedy between them.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. And so, Josh, you've got a lot of force. I want to hear the man.
Now, at first, I was like, I don't want this because, again, this was before they announced the Logan thing. But at the same time, Logan was supposed to be the end of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and even though he's dead in that universe, we're still going to be seeing Hugh Jackman again. As much as I love the man, I think it's a weird one because I love Logan so much. It's like probably my favorite superhero film. I think they've just, even though the ending is still impactful because it's not affected in the universe, I think that's the last time we were supposed to see Hugh Jackman. And then Ryan Reynolds was like, "Come on, please," like begging, and then he was like, "Yeah, let's go." So it's kind of like, all right, but we'll have to see it to believe it. But I just don't know about the director as well. Sean Levy, he made Free Guy, which I think is just boomer humor, the movie. But, the universe of Deadpool is kind of just a mess, and it's meant to be. Like, you literally got Dark Phoenix characters in the background of Deadpool 2, and it doesn't even matter. So it's kind of like anything can happen in that universe.
Yeah.
So,
right.
We'll wait and see. Plus, please give him the yellow suit. I want the yellow suit, please. And I want the original X-Men theme playing as he turns up.
I mean, I think... Sorry, I'll go, Pete.
Well, I was just saying we might get some other old X-Men stars coming back, like Patrick Stewart or Ian McKellen. You never know.
Not Patrick Stewart again. We've just seen him in Doctor Strange get his neck ring.
That'll make up for that.
Yeah, just flopping on his chair. Yeah.
Well, that's actually a good point though, Josh, because the thing is, obviously with Disney buying 20th Century Fox, Deadpool's always joked, "Oh, we can't afford the X-Men in these movies and stuff like that," or there'll be like two random people you don't kind of care about, like in the background or whatever. So I have a feeling like this time round though, they've got that wiggle room to get some of the cast in, because they'll be like, "Oh, well that 20th Century Fox studios, that studio's now dead. Here we go. We've got all these free agents or something, or like they've got nothing else to do. Like they could play a joke and get more of those people in this time." And I think I think, to be honest with you, with like what Pete said, they've got to get him in the suit. If it's going to be his final ever outing, he's got to go in the suit.
Yeah.
I think it only makes sense for him to finally don that suit what everyone's wanted to see, and they've never done it.
They teased it in the Wolverine end credit scene, didn't they? In the Unleashed cut on the Blu-ray, they teased it.
Did.
And we've never seen it, and it's kind of drove me insane because we've never seen it.
But I think it's just one of those things. So, like I say, it's like I know when he finally said he didn't want to do Wolverine anymore, and Logan was his last one. Like he was sick of like the workout and stuff that were involved in getting in that shape. So for him to commit to it one more time, I can't imagine him saying, "Well, I'm not going to do it this time," like the suit, because that would just piss people off. Yeah. You know. Especially with finally going in the MCU as well as with Deadpool. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, his other stuff has been tanked this year. He had a TIFF film, The Son, from the director of The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, whatever. And it's been tanked. Someone I know gave it literally 1 out of 5 when he saw it. He said it was absolutely terrible. Wow. So,
and that's a Hugh Jackman movie.
And it was supposed to be an Oscar contender as well. Well. Not anymore.
Well, I think the only movie I've seen him in recently is Reminiscence.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Or was it last year?
I think it was. I think it was. August.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it only felt like 4 years ago I watched it because I don't remember a single thing about it.
I know it's really cheap to pick up, so that must be a reason why.
Yeah, right. It's only like a tenner in 4K now, literally without any sales on.
Right.
Yeah, I remember over here, I was going to say in Best Buy, they had that movie on Blu-ray for $3.99.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Poor Hugh. Maybe he does need this.
That's why I've come back. I don't know. But yeah, well, thank you for the question, Jacob. We've got the viewer Drew saying, good news, saw Rock and Roller recently. It was a really good movie.
That guy Ritchie.
Yes, Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. I've never seen that movie. And you guys seen it?
I haven't seen
Never seen it, but I've heard of it.
I've only seen The Gentleman from Ritchie, and that film just cracks me up because it's got every stereotypical English dude in it. Like literally every stereotype. You've got like the yob, you've got the posh dudes. You've literally got every English dude in it.
Oh, it's just Hugh Grant in that film for me. I think he's fantastic in that.
Yeah, and he's like, "Can I cook a steak, love?" You know, he's like, "Cook a steak." He's just so funny in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Guy Ritchie personally.
Me either.
Did he do King Arthur not long ago? Like,
yeah,
that was awful.
Now that came and went, didn't it?
Yeah.
And Aladdin, which was ass. I did not like Aladdin whatsoever.
I didn't mind his Man from U.N.C.L.E. or the Sherlock Holmes films. I thought they were fun.
Okay. Never seen them. So
me either.
I'm glad it's not just me who hasn't seen movies in this street.
Normally it's me.
Me too, Pete. Me too.
Well, I've seen way too much, I think.
But dude, that's a good thing. It's like a running joke all the time, probably with Pete as well. It's just like, you've never seen this movie, Mike?
Yeah, it's always the same.
Like, I've literally watched over 40 films this month. It's mad.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. 3 or 4 a day occasionally, and I'm tired.
That's dedication.
I know. I've seen more movies than Ryan, and I've Ryan's seen a lot this year.
I've got too much spare time on my hands. That's what it is. Too much spare time.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, at least you're getting like a good. I mean, imagine your like top 10 list of the year or worst ones. You got.
Well, I've nearly seen 90 new films. No, 93 new films this year so far.
That's a good amount.
Most of them stink, but you know, you got like great ones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you definitely do. I think it'd be interesting lists at the end of the year. Well, we've also got Drew also asking the question. He says, "Do you think Deadpool could be the best Deadpool movie yet?" And he meant to say Deadpool 3. So, do we think Deadpool 3 will be the best Deadpool movie yet? Ryan?
Could.
I hope it is. But you know, without seeing a trailer and knowing, you know, what the plot is going to be, it's kind of really hard to say. So,
right.
I still like the first one the best so far. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Pete?
Yeah, it could be with all that Mickey Mouse money. They could get loads of people in.
How many jokes do you think they're gonna do about Disney in that?
Oh,
And they
it's
can
going to
get
be
away
no
with it
end of
this
them.
time.
And I wouldn't be too surprised the Simpsons will pop up knowing Disney.
Right.
They could probably get away with it this time.
Now,
Yeah.
I'd be shocked in that movie if there's not one Star Wars reference, because every Marvel movie they always want to throw.
They even did that in Free Guy. They did Star Wars.
They'd probably get the
Marvel,
lightsaber back.
Right. So yeah, Josh, what do you think?
I think nothing can beat the first for me, because I think the first literally is just an hour and 40 minutes of it just goes so quick. It's such a great time.
Right.
And it's its own singular thing for the majority of the runtime as well. But yeah, we'll see what number 3 turns out like. Again, not a Sean Levy fan, but let's hope he actually does something good with this one, and not just like Adam Project or Free Guy for me, because I wasn't keen on both of those. So,
Okay, yeah.
put some visual flair into it, man.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Like as Ryan was saying, there's no trailer or anything at the moment, or like no like teaser at least. Just got an announcement. So I mean, they've got 2 years, so
Yeah,
plenty of time, of course.
they got over 2 years, haven't they? Or
I think it's
around
early
2 years.
2024, isn't it? Early
September 2024. So I think it's
is
actually
it
2
September?
years,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I mean,
Hugh Jackman will be Wolverine for like 24 years. Wow.
Oof. It's
Oh.
nuts, isn't it? It's flown over so quick. I'm excited to see what they're going to do, though. So I think it could be the best one. Like it could be like a Ragnarok in the 4 kind of franchise.
Let's hope.
But we'll wait. Or it could be a 4 Dark World. We'll have to wait.
Do you think they're gonna do a joke this time where like they did in Apocalypse, like a deleted scene where it was like the thirds are always the worst? They did that.
Didn't see that scene.
Yeah, it was a deleted scene. They were like went to see Return of the Jedi or something, and they said the third is always the worst, and that was funny because that was the third one, and it was the worst one. So I wonder if they're gonna do that this time.
Well, as Pete said as well, there's going to be loads of jokes in it, especially like Disney getting like the acquisition rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There'll probably be a gag of them doing like a PG joke or something, and then be like, well, screw this shit or something, and then he like talks.
Is it going to be R-rated? Let's hope it is.
Yeah, they did confirm it.
Oh, thank Christ! Because otherwise they'll be taking away what Deadpool is. They'll literally be taking away what Deadpool is.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, yeah. So just we've got a couple more comments here. We've also got Joe's in one saying evening, gentlemen. So hey, Joe.
Hey, evening.
Good. We've also got Matt V Movie saying good evening. So hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Good evening.
Hey, Matt.
We've also got Stephanie from I'll Buy the Popcorn saying hi, everyone. So hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
Well,
hey.
Stephanie was on Ryan's live stream last night, Wednesday night hangout. So you can check that back on Ryan's channel as well. Great conversation. So please do. We've also got Dr. Impossible. So hey,
Love that name.
Oh boy, Dr. Impossible has the best comments ever. Honestly.
Oh, brilliant.
That is sweet. That's poetic justice if I've ever seen it. Oh.
He also says South Pacific might be a better decision than Psycho. Yeah, I think
so.
Matt V Movie says, have you seen a Deadpool 3 trailer from Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman? Yeah, Matt, so we were just talking about that before. If you've just tuned in, you might be able to rewind. We've just been having like a big segment about the trailer and stuff. I think we're all pretty excited for the movie, just waiting to see kind of trailers and stuff. So yeah, thank you for the comment though. We've got Ryan from A-Town Reviews saying good afternoon, evening also. Hey Alex.
Hey, what's going on?
Doing good. We've also got Winslow saying hello. So hey,
the Winslow wave, the famous Winslow wave.
Yeah, that's it. Matt B Movie says, which film have you enjoyed the most so far this year? And I guess that would be kind of giving away our maybe number ones of the year. In a way. But I'm happy to say if you guys want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can check.
Ryan, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll start The Northman for me.
Yeah, I like The Northman as well. Yeah, my favorite Robert Eggers movie he's done so far.
I agree.
You didn't like The Witch, did you?
Yeah,
I
he didn't
love
like
The Witch. I think it's so good. I
I
love
like
it.
The Witch as well.
Yeah.
Now I haven't seen The Witch though since it originally came out in the cinema.
You might like it on the second time. You never know. It's one which you've got to kind of focus on because there's a lot of mythology around it. So it's one which you do have. Oh, hello.
That's my cat.
I was thinking, who's purring at me while I'm talking about The Witch?
Yeah, he goes in and out.
But yeah, The Witch is one which has a lot of mythology and lore to it because it goes back to like 1600s and it's all mythology. But it started the elevated horror genre as it is.
And it's A24, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yes. that explains why.
No, like I plan to do like a live stream series at some point and get like different guests on. So kind of, I guess, a bit of a heads up for everyone watching. I want to do a live stream series where I revisit A24 movies and maybe give my updated thoughts on them.
I'll be a part of that because I'm the A20. People call me the A24 god because I'm literally just talking about them all the time. So.
Well, it's so many movies of theirs.
Right. Well, it's so funny though because like the other day I was talking to Ryan and Ryan was like, because we were talking about Don't Worry, Darling, and I was talking about Florence Pugh and he's like, oh, so that makes you want to go see Midsummer then, eh? And I was like,
no,
seen it, don't want to.
Midsummer's way better. But I'm seeing Don't Worry, Darling again tomorrow for some reason.
Yeah, I tried to send you a message on Instagram, but it wouldn't send through. I was like, "Are you wanting to torture yourself again?"
No, I'm going with my mum and her friend, so that'll be very funny seeing their reactions to Harry Styles. Oh boy!
But I'm going to fire over to Pete. So, Pete, what film have you enjoyed the most this year?
For me, it's got to be Top Gun Maverick. I think it's just so much fun, some great stunts in it. Tom Cruise is probably best film for probably quite a long while. It's better than the Mission Impossible ones, I think. And it makes me really look forward to the next one. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a two-parter, isn't it?
Yeah. I think they've released like a teaser or something for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks really good as well.
But yeah,
certainly was worth the wait.
No, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I was just going to say, I agree with you. Yeah, like Maverick was like a massive surprise. But I don't know if it's because I'd only watched Top Gun, the original, like a couple of days early for the first ever time. And I was like, So I didn't have high hopes for Maverick. And then I was just blown out the water by that movie.
Oh, it did really well in cinemas. It helped a lot of cinemas out. It broke so many different records. I couldn't believe it.
It's mad to think that it's made more money than Infinity War.
That is nuts.
It's mad.
Wow.
Well, in America alone, made over 700 million in America alone. It's mad.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well, when I look at my cinema listings, it's still on every week.
Yeah.
It's still at mine. That and bloody Super Pets are still on. Because the Rock is basically buying out every cinema he can to get that to 100 mil, and it's not going to happen, Rock. Let's be honest.
Nah. Okay. Well, Josh, what about you? What's your favorite movie of the year?
Probably Marcel, the Shell with Shoes On. I'm looking at my list now.
One.
But Marcel just made me cry. I related to a lot of the themes in it, sort of like perpetual like loneliness and stuff like that. I've experienced that. Also loss as well. So the film just got to me, and it's just such a sweet little film. It's like 90 minutes, flies by. You're just smiling all the way through. If you're not smiling, you're crying. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous little film, and I implore more people to see it because it's just, it's so nice.
It is a good film.
That's awesome. Have we had it in cinemas yet?
Nope. The UK have not got anything in cinemas apart from Super Pets. So, we're never going to get Marcel, let's be honest.
Oh, wow.
But I hope we do because I saw Ryan's reviewing it. I saw your thoughts on it, Josh, and I'm really intrigued to check that movie out.
It's so good.
A24 doing animations. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I wonder if it could get nominated for animated film. I don't know if it will because it's like a hybrid of live action, but I wish it could because the animation is just stunning in that film. and it's like one of my favorite films ever now. So there you go.
That good, and wow.
Wow.
Mhm. It's in my top 50. It's in my top 50 for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'm intrigued. I hope we get it. And I would say for myself, favorite movie of the year. For me, is the Batman. That's still my number one. I've been kind of like anticipating movies this year to beat that movie for my number one, but haven't.
Yeah,
so
Batman's at number 23 for me.
Oh wow.
So 23 out of 90, so it's pretty high up.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is pretty high, dude. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for the question there, Matt. We've also got Alex saying most anticipated movie for the rest of 2022, which we kind of talked about before. But I just want to comment that he just said he's ready for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and ready.
Bring it on! Let's go! Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a very emotional movie. Like the trailer alone, I'm glad in the trailer alone they picked a good music choice for that trailer. Because, like, I don't know about you guys, but like a lot of times trailers nowadays are going for like some kind of modern like rap song, and I'm just like, we don't need that for like that movie.
No.
But yeah, I'm excited for Black Panther. So yeah, Alex, we kind of talked about this a little bit before. A lot of us like with Avatar, and Josh was like Aftersun. So but yeah, thank you for the question though.
The first Black Panther, the thing is with that soundtrack is it's relevant to it, like Kendrick Lamar and stuff is relevant to the film, but this one's more of like a somber thing because it's to do with loss of Chadwick. So I fully love what they're doing with it. Like No Woman, No Cry is just such a perfect choice. So perfect.
Yeah, it's a good choice for like what it is. Like it's good. You can tell it's going to be an emotional movie just by that song. And I heard it's got like a 2-hour 47 run time as well today.
Yes.
I
said to my dad about that, and he said, "I'm not watching it then."
Right. Well, we'll see. But I think it's probably going to be Marvel's best for the year. That's what I'm anticipating. It's not really got much competition, but
no, it's not hard to beat that. What they got? What
especially Thor.
Right. Yeah, Thor was a stinker.
Yeah,
Thor was shite.
Absolutely, couldn't put it better myself, Josh.
It was bad.
Well, we've got Jacob also to say, and in regards to movies this year, he says, other 2022 movies I'm excited for besides Avatar 2 are Black Panther, Steven Spielberg's new movie, The Fableman.
Yes,
Glass Onion, which is Glass Onion, Knives Out, Mystery on Knives Out 2. So yeah, I'm intrigued for those. Again, about the BFI thing Josh was mentioned before, myself, is like next week, the cinema next to me is showing that Glass Onion movie early.
Damn you! I want to live near you because we got to wait till December.
Wow. Okay. But I tell you what, I might go see Matilda in that movie then and get some reviews out then. So I might do. But yeah, you guys excited for any of these movies apart from like Avatar and Black Panther, which we've touched on?
I would say Glass Onion. I'm hopeful for that. Strange World, we'll see. Fableman's, I haven't seen the trailer, and Black Panther, I honestly don't remember the first one. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's been a while, right? Was it 2016?
Think so, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, so I think there's some good choices there, Jacob. I've never heard of that Fableman's. That's a new one.
That's
it's based, I would say it's based on like Steven Spielberg's life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's semi-autobiographical. So basically, he changed the name and stuff, but it is basically about his life, and it's frontrunner for Best Picture because apparently it's that good. So, and David Lynch has an appearance. Apparently, he has a scene. So that's
wow! Okay,
that's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
I didn't even watch the trailer for Strange World. I didn't.
I didn't know there was a trailer. I was going through the listings the other day, and it said about that movie, and I was like, "What's Strange World?"
Yeah. I'm thinking the same. What is?
There's been a couple of them, hasn't there? That's for the Disney film, isn't it? Strange World.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it, which is the only reason I'd see it because it's Jake Gyllenhaal's voice, and that man is an angel. But you know.
Yeah, I like Jake Gyllenhaal as well. So
he saved ambulance for me. He saved it.
I still haven't seen Ambulance.
It's
Oh,
so
man.
much. It's so stupid,
It's fun.
but it's fun. Yeah, it's whack. But
Mm.
the drone shots are just peak cinema. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Ugh.
Yeah, I've heard some good stuff about it.
Mm.
So I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you for the comment, though, Jacob. We've also got Roddy saying, "Sorry, you're sick of me talking about these, Josh. But Ryan, have you seen
Whoa.
the Clerks film?"
Every day he talks to me about Clerks. Bro, stop.
Have you seen him, Josh?
No. So I don't know what he's talking about. All the time he's like, Kevin Smith this, Kevin Smith. Bro, I don't even know who he is. I know he's like commentated some DC stuff.
Right.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
well, to answer the question myself personally, I've never seen any of them. Pete?
I've seen the first two. They're pretty fun. I've watched the second one recently last week and thought it was really funny. It's kind of got that rude humor, but it's got quite a lot of heart to it with like normal everyday stuff with like relationships, jobs, and just life in general.
Right. And yeah, because they've just released the third one, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I know too much about that because Rhodey won't shut up about it.
Well, Ryan, have you seen them?
I've seen bits and pieces of both movies, but I've never watched them all the way through. So I can't really comment on them.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's basically Pete that's seen them both then.
A change for me.
Thank you for the comment, Roddy. I've also got Nate from Unbiased Movie Nerd saying, "Well, hey Nate, hope you're doing good." He says, "Oh damn, didn't miss it. Just got off work. What's up, guys?" So yeah, hope you're doing
What's
good,
going
Nate.
on, man?
Thanks for tuning in. Roddy says Matilda looks trash. Yeah, have you guys seen the trailer for Matilda? Ryan, have you seen that?
I have not.
No. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys in the States will actually get that.
I haven't
might
heard about
be.
it. It's the first I even heard about it.
Is
going
it
to Netflix,
directed
I
by
think.
Tim Minchin, who done the
Yeah.
stage show?
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's him and maybe some like two other people writing it. I'm not too sure. I just saw his name in the credits today, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, at least it's someone I know."
I'm gonna have to double check that.
Basically, Ryan, Matilda the musical. That's what they're doing.
Okay.
So yeah. But Jacob says about Logan and Deadpool. He says bringing Logan back doesn't bother me as it's a Deadpool movie, and they can be self-aware about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like what we were saying before is like they're just going to make like a lot of references and stuff as well. Like Roddy's saying is, my question is, will Cable and Domino be in Deadpool 3?
I don't know.
Anything's possible at this point.
Yeah.
If we get Cable, we might get Thanos as well.
Oh boy, don't jinx that either.
Well, I was just thinking literally that, Pete. I was thinking, well, if Cable's in it, surely there's got to be a joke about Thanos in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Right. So we'll just have to wait and see. What Jacob also just says about it, he says, also, because the MCU is a multiverse phase, I have a feeling Logan will be a different variation of the same character, so Logan won't be undone.
Could be.
Yeah, like, I say, like, Ryan Reynolds was like part 2 video. Like, they literally both said, like, Logan's still dead in Logan. And they said, like, I think he said it's set before that movie. So they're still going to, I'm assuming at some point they're just going to tie it together like 20th Century Fox and Disney in that movie. So they're going to be like, all right, this is what happened in the X-Men timeline. This is what happens now. I'm assuming they're going to do something like that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Lego News says, finally the streams are back. Yeah, dude, I'm back from holiday, so it's great to have 3 guests, Josh, Pete, and Ryan with me. He said, let's go. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. Hope you're doing good. Nate says, I'm looking forward to seeing Hugh again, but also with Josh. Logan was supposed to be the end of Hugh's run. At most, it'll be a fun buddy comedy.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. So here's a question for you guys. So do you think it's going to be the case of it's going to be a buddy comedy, or do you think it's going to be the case of they're both going to go against each other, but they're both then going to have to team up to defeat someone evil, like every kind of like double hero movie?
For me, I think that they'll probably try to incorporate as much comedy as they can, and then maybe they'll fight some type of villain or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Who's the villain in number 2? I don't even remember. I know there was Juggernaut, but who was the principal, wasn't he?
Cable, right?
No, they teamed up.
Yeah.
They teamed up to fight Juggernaut, and then there was like the principal who had a plot point. And like, I don't know.
Oh, sure. I can't remember.
Let's see, who
Me
was
either.
But yeah, what do you think, Pete? Do you think they'll end up teaming up to face like a villain, or do you think they'll
Yeah. I think they'll meet up. I think they'll have a lot of squabbles. They'll probably get up and fighting each other, but they'll team up and fight against the villain.
Do Godzilla versus Kong.
Right?
Yeah.
I want them to fight Dupinder. That'll be definitely interesting. You know, the taxi driver. Make him the villain. Surprise villain.
Wow.
Make Mickey Mouse the villain.
Oh, they practically are already, Pete. Practically
Right.
already.
I mean, imagine one day that will happen. One day. I've got like news in yesterday. I couldn't get my mind over the whole Hugh Jackman Wolverine return. It felt like a dream. Yeah, I think for a lot of fans, it's been kind of like a big shock, like to us as well. Like, I didn't expect that announcement the other day. He says one thing that would laugh my ass is if Deadpool makes fun of Disney and Mickey Mouse and Deadpool.
That's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
Got to. He's got to make a reference being like, this mouse signed me to a new contract or something like that.
Oh,
you know?
well, it'll start off with him getting a contract from Mickey Mouse or something.
Kevin
God.
Feige will
To
not
do
be
another
too impressed
film.
with that, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, got to, surely. He's also saying Deadpool 3 making fun of everything. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
hope he does, because that'll make it a lot better if he just takes the piss out of his situation. You know, like,
Right.
where am I? I'm in a different universe or whatever. Like, I'm in a different studio now. Look at me. And he let me be R-rated. Yay. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's
Stuff
got to
like
do
that.
something like that, surely. I mean, Roddy's saying the last time they tried to change Deadpool for the movie, it didn't go well.
Yeah, with the sewing mouth stuff. Like, that wasn't it, bro. That wasn't even Ryan Reynolds. That was Scott Adkins about me. That wasn't even Ryan
Really?
Reynolds. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, apparently stunt double was Scott Adkins. I don't know, but
Now that scene with the zip mouth's got to be made fun of. I know they did it in like a post-credit scene.
yeah.
But obviously that was the last time we saw Wolverine, technically. So surely it's got to be referenced at some point. You'd think, anyway.
Yeah.
We've got Winslow saying, what's last first time watch that became an instant favourite? Is he kind of asking what's your last first time watch that became a favourite?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Sorry, Winslow. Do one of you guys want to go first?
I have to think about that.
Oh, jeez. Humana. I'm trying to think.
I wonder if he's referring to any movie or like an older movie or just any movie in general as your first time watch.
Yeah, I think so. Any film that you watched that was
Yeah.
a first time watch that you really enjoyed.
I'm gonna go with a recent one. What I watched actually in a minute.
Sure, go for it, Josh.
In the Mood for Love by Wong Kar-wai. Absolutely stunning film, which tackles the hardships of relationships, and even a scene in Everything Everywhere All at Once was inspired by it.
Oh, well, okay.
The lighting choices are just genius. The color palette's beautiful. Yeah, the film's an instant favorite. It's probably my favorite romantic film, and it's in the Japanese language, and it's stunning. It's beautiful. Love it.
Wow. Oh, I've never heard of that. Was that
It's
released?
No, it came out in 2000.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Criterion, but it's very expensive. It's like £24 on Criterion. It's mad.
Ouch.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye out for Pete's H&V pickups when he'd be like, I've got that one on sale.
I'll be like, you bastard. I want it.
Because Pete's always getting the Criterion bargains, to be honest. So I'm expecting that
Yeah,
one. to pick up.
I actually picked up one. Was it yesterday? Got delivered. Punch Drunk Love. I know Josh likes that one.
Jesus, yes. Thank Christ you have it. It's like one of the best things you'll ever watch, Pete. Let's be honest.
Okay, I'll probably give it a watch later this
I'm not
weekend.
sure I've seen that one actually.
Adam Sandler plays a dude who is just angry all the time.
Right, no,
He's
that
so
one.
good. He's so good. He's so good.
Well, I loved him in the movie Reign Over Me. That came out years and years.
Wasn't that about 9/11 a little bit?
Yeah, where he like
Yeah.
lost his wife, I think, and he's just like
Yeah.
depressed the whole movie. That was the first time I was like, wow, this guy can really act besides comedy.
Mm.
And he just went under the radar for so many
Even
years.
his performance in Spanglish was pretty good, even though that film's like 2 hours and 20 minutes and it shouldn't be. I think he did a great job in that film.
Mm.
Proves that he can act when he's given
Yeah.
the right material and not just like Sandy Wexler or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those movies I didn't even watch. I was like, they just look stupid Netflix movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pete, how about you? Because what was your last movie you seen? What was your kind of instant favorite?
I'm going to say High Fidelity with John Cusack. I watched that on Disney Plus the other day. Loved it. Thought it was brilliant. And I assume Josh is approving. He's clapping for something.
I fucking love that film, bro.
Yeah.
It's so good. Jack Black
really
steals
funny.
it. Jack Black steals
Yeah.
it. Every scene
Jack
he's
Black
in,
is brilliant in it.
he just steals everything. It's so good, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great cast in it and a great soundtrack as well.
Soundtrack's just insane.
Never seen that movie, so I'm gonna have to.
He is my idol. He owns a record store and is literally getting girl to girl. That is literally my dream. Record store. I want it. Like,
Wow, okay.
oh,
I'm intrigued. Ryan, how about you? What's your kind of first time favorite watch?
I would say recently I watched Singing in the Rain from the 50s. That was a great movie. There's so many songs I didn't know that I actually knew that was actually in that movie. So, and even my son liked it too. Me and my son, we watched it and he loved it. He thought it was funny, like the comedy and stuff in it too. So it was a pleasant surprise. And I love going back and watching those older movies because like it really makes you appreciate, where we've come film wise. So, and that was made in the 50s. So it's amazing what they can do, back in those days, up to where we're at now. So,
right. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think that was the first time ever I watched that movie last year when I collabed with Jacob Martin on his channel. I've seen it and I was like, wow, it's an awesome movie. Yeah. Like my favorite musical that got me kind of more into musicals was Sound of Music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. I guess for me, one I actually watched this year for the first ever time was RoboCop. Never seen it, and I was like, I came out the cinema because they're like, it was the 4K version they showed. So I was like, wow, first time watching it 4K. I was like, wow, it was such a great movie. I didn't expect it either.
It was very violent for that time period.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
wasn't
wow.
it banned in some places? I swear it was. Some territories because it was that violent. I swear it was. I haven't seen it though. It's not really one that appeals to me. If I'm honest, it's not my sort of thing. But I'll probably end up giving it a go in the near future at some point.
To be honest, man, for like an 80s movie, it's a very good revenge tale.
Yeah.
Heard it is. Let's not talk about the 2014 one, shall we? Let's not talk about that
one. Haven't seen that one, but
good. Keep it that way.
Well, Nate says, well, thank you for the question, Winslow. Nate says, by the way, 3 months left of the year, what movies are you looking forward to the most? So yeah, Nate, we kind of answered this one before, but we're seeing about like Avatar or After Sun and Black Panther as well. That's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, thank you for the question, though. Rody says Clerks is my baby trilogy.
Literally in my Discord server, he won't shut up.
And he also says Clerks is my Star Wars trilogy.
Oh, I bloody know. You won't. Literally every day you post in the server like, oh,
Rody, is there any other Kevin Smith films you like Chasing Amy or Mallrats?
You like Dogma, I think.
Oh, Dogma's good.
He hasn't shut up about the Blu-ray release for Dogma. Let's put it that way.
But he loves Clerks.
Yeah, fair play, man. Fair play.
We've also got Sophie from Sophie's Retro Revival. So hey, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
Says, hey guys, Mike, I've missed you. Hope you had a good holiday. Yeah, I had a great holiday, and nice to be back on Sea Talks as well. I felt weird not doing Sea Talks for a couple of weeks, but yeah, great way to come back. And 20th episode as well. So thank you everyone who's watching live or after the fact play now. Nate says, I mean, us in America got Brahmaster, so why not Matilda?
Yeah, Brahmastra. I think that was distributed by Fox in America, and it's like this huge like Bollywood IMAX experience. Apparently, it's not great, but
Hmm.
it looks visually stunning.
Mm.
It's just there's no RRR, there's no triple R. But you know,
Nah, Triple R is awesome.
triple R is like
Have
completely.
you guys seen that?
I haven't seen it
I
yet.
haven't.
You need to get on it. It's 3 hours, but it's the new Endgame. It's the Endgame of Bollywood. It's just so nuts, so crazy, but it's so good, man. It's so good.
Yeah, it is a really good movie. I didn't expect much from it when I was like going into it, but then I watched it and I was like, wow, this is like the Tollywood kind of scene. I was like, wow. I was like, that's awesome.
There's a scene where he fights a tiger. That's all I need to say.
Right.
I'm sold.
Yeah, and not the bad CG tiger and beast from what I've heard either. So, but Nate, so thanks for the comment, Nate. He also says, got to head out soon. Got Woman King review going up tonight. A screening for Bros in an hour. Then got to record my Don't Worry Darling review when I get home.
Busy man.
I want to see Bros.
Well, we actually get Bros the end of October. I think I saw today.
Why do we always just get stuff late? We're English as well, you know. We can get
some
stuff.
better than us.
Yeah, some stuff we get early than like the Ryan in America, but it's not very often.
No. Yeah, like Barbarian came out what, like 3 weeks ago for you guys, and it's literally coming out at the end of October for us.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I was fortunate enough to see it already, but you know,
yeah,
it's a really good film if you can watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, Barbarian is good.
Yeah, I like that one as well. Yeah, I got to see that with Anthony Perez when I was in Florida. First ever time going to like an American cinema as well, which was
What was that like? Was it good?
I can't explain it, right? So we went and did a Dolby screening, and they had like a little bit like what we have, like where they got like the first kind of like 5-6 rows or whatever, like the front seats.
Yeah.
Then have like a little bit after that where it gets elevated and starts going up and up and up.
Yeah.
But the weird thing was it was like 4 rows. It started going up, but after each row was just like a big like banister separating like each of those rows, so you could like put your feet up like literally on them if you wanted to.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
So and recliner seats as well. So I was like, wow, okay, this is awesome.
I'm moving.
And then before going in the screening, like, because Anthony was saying to me, like, where do you like to sit in the cinema? And I was like, well, far back the better for me. But he's like, well, you don't want to go far back. And I was like, well, why not? I found out why not, because when we were sat like in the middle. If you wanted to sit at the top, it was literally a balcony above you, and then the seats were up on top of the balcony.
Oh wow.
I was like, I've never seen a balcony in a cinema. You see them in like theater shows here.
Yeah.
I've seen them. I've seen them at my showcase near me, about half-hour drive away. We've got a showcase cinema, and they've got a gallery. They've got a gallery one where it's kind of just like weird seats at the back, which is marked off, and it's like double the price for some reason. But when we went to see No Way Home there, bearing in mind I couldn't see a thing because it was so far back and my eyes aren't very good. So that's probably why I didn't like it first time, because I couldn't see anything. But my dad got like the expensive tickets, so we were up on a balcony bit, and we got like a tray of food with it and stuff. I couldn't see what was going on, but it was a packed out screen. It was a lot of fun. So you do get balconies, but with me, I like to sit in the middle because I actually get all the sound, and I'm not just cornered off at the back. And also my eyes, it's better for my eyes, so I can see more. So that's...
I was going to say, imagine when you went to see No Way Home and then the big reveal comes on the screen. Can you imagine you like that? Like, who's that?
No, I could just about make it out. Plus, I heard people audibly go, "Tobey Maguire." So I could tell who was showing up, even if I couldn't bloody see it. And my dad was like, I was saying, "Who's actually there?" Because I really couldn't see it.
Right. Well, that's interesting. Well, here's a question for Pete and Ryan then. Pete, we'll go with you first. If you go to the cinema, what's your seating preference?
I normally like to sit at the back because I don't want people behind me in case. Well, I've had it in the past where they're kicking the seats behind you, or they're messing about with food. But the problem is you'll get them on their phones and they're taking selfies like that as well. So that's kind of annoying. But I do like sitting at the back. I'm quite tall, so I can see the screen, so it's not too bad. It's just when people bring fish and chips in and it stinks out the cinema screen.
Oh, dude.
Really?
Yeah, somebody bought fish and chips in and it was like, I smell fish and chips. It's like, oh, it's me. I'm just eating some fish and chips, mate.
Some dude brought a Macca's in when I went to see. I don't remember what it was, but I went to see something. Some dude brought a Macca's in, and it stank. It just smelled of stale French fries for the whole thing. Just like I didn't know how to think about that. If I'm honest.
Well, Ryan has plenty of experience out when he used to work at the cinema.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had people bring in Chinese food in mine, and it's a little bit much to bring into.
That would make me leave because I don't like Chinese food very much. So even the smell of it would be like, I'll go to the next screening.
Right. And Ryan, what about you? Where do you like to sit in the cinema?
So it depends. If it's like a really small, tiny theater with like the tiny theaters here, they're usually about maybe 10 rows or so. I'll just sit like right there in the handicap area right there because it doesn't bother me. But if I'm in a bigger theater, I may go like a little bit, like maybe a few rows from the top or something. It varies. I'm not like really picky where I sit as long as I'm not like the first row, pretty much.
Right.
So I don't really have a problem really with my theater, like worrying about like a lot of people coming because I pick times when people don't go.
Right.
Like tomorrow I'm gonna go see Smile, but I'm gonna go see that at like a 4 o'clock showing, 4:45 showing. So there's not gonna be that many people at that time on a Friday. So I mean, depending on the theater size, it just depends. But I'm not that picky for the most part. I don't have to be like right in the middle or anything like that. So I can see.
Yeah. No, okay. Yeah, I mean, I like sitting at the back, but I like sitting like a little bit further in the middle if I have to. I don't like the front row, but I did sit in the second from front row watching Pearl. Because I went with Anthony and Rashad, and Rashad, he sits in the second row like every screen he goes to. So luckily though, I put my head back like that, so I wasn't like broken neck by the end of it.
Oh.
Why does he sit at the second row? That is
because his eyesight's that bad. He has to sit.
Oh, he's like me, is he? Oh,
yeah.
I feel sorry for the guy.
Feels will get on well.
Yeah, visually impaired friends. Yeah.
Right. Well, to be honest, I have to wear glasses for the cinema as well, or like if I'm looking at screens. But I mean, I can still see fine, but I just need it for like a bit extra focus.
Yeah. I'm about to say you're not wearing any now, so you can
no,
see.
I've actually hold on. The reason why I don't wear them for the streams is because if I put them on like that, you'll just see like the reflectiveness. As Josh, yours good, like you don't really see.
You can see a little bit of it. Like,
not loads though.
Well, I think I paid extra for. Well, they charged me extra for anti-glare, and I didn't even know about it. So
did they?
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Does that even work?
Not really. They just charged me extra, and I.
Fair. Well, the next comment we've got is actually a comment that I want to touch on that Ryan's just mentioned. Because Saul says, I can't wait to watch your Smile review as the thumbnail has the photo of this like scatter in the trailer. So yeah, Ryan, so you're going to go see it tomorrow. Pete, are you going to go check out Smile?
Yeah, I'll probably check it out in the next couple of weeks. It does look quite good. I watched the trailer the other day, and I know what scene Surf's talking about. That was pretty creepy.
Right. Definitely. And Josh, are you going to check it out?
Yeah. I know I've got to do something on Saturday in the evening, but I'll probably go see it during the afternoon or whatever. But I've heard it's pretty good from what I've heard. I've heard that it's pretty good sort of depiction of things, which I'm not going to talk about because
Sure.
I don't know who's seen it. I haven't seen it, but I kind of have a base idea. But yeah, it gave me Truthful Dare vibes from the trailer, and I was not impressed. But then I've heard it's got better reviews than most films this year, so I'm
yeah. I mean, I would say that like it is a good movie because I got to see it on Monday because like Cineworld had like an early screener.
Yeah.
So I got to see it. So it is a really good movie. Like I liked like how it was portrayed, and like the main actress, Saucy Bacon, was really, really good.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say with you guys is the ending's not going to work for everyone.
Mhm.
But I'm obviously not going to tell you. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Yeah.
But
How long
yeah,
is it? How long
but yeah,
is it? Do you know how long it
Let me
was?
see.
I think I'd like to say maybe an hour 40 or hour 50.
Okay, that's
Mm.
fine.
I might be wrong, but I felt like
If I could sit through, don't worry, darling, I can sit through anything.
100%.
Yeah, it's hour 55.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yikes. Wowzers.
Wow.
There's a lot. All I'll say, well, Nate says you guys did awesome, so thanks, Nate, for tuning in.
Thanks, Nate.
All I'll say is, Smile, is there's so much going on in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it was like a long runtime. But we've got Jacob here with another question. He says, "What's a movie that's gotten little recognition that you absolutely love?" It does say here. He does say, "Uncut Gems is overrated. Punch Drunk Love is Sandler's real masterpiece."
Oh man,
Oh, wow.
I love Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. Yeah, such a banger, that film. So good.
I saw the first 20 minutes of Uncut Gems and I was like, "Wow, this is so much swearing," which I don't mind.
Yeah, it's got got one of the world records for the most swearing. I think it's got over 600 profanities.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that
Over
many.
600 profanities. And Wolf of Wall Street, for comparison, has 700 and something. And that's 3 hours long. So
Gee,
there you go.
that's nuts. But yeah, I mean, we'll go with this question. I'm going to go with Ryan first. So it's what's a movie that's gotten little recognition that you absolutely love?
For me, I'm just gonna go with this year. I'm gonna say Vengeance. I really love Vengeance, and like nobody's watching that. With,
That's good.
Yeah, it's got Ashton Kutcher in it, which he was really good in it. I just like it because I like the comedy in it too, but it's, it's got like that mystery aspect too. And I went to go see that movie. I was the only one in the theater, so it's just one of those movies. But I mean, I like finding those gems though, because like I feel like for me, like I don't know how like you guys feel about how your channels when you do reviews and stuff, but for me personally, I personally like doing those smaller movies that no one knows about, because I feel like I would rather people watch my reviews of movies that they don't know about and they could find out about, so they can go check out and they get that recognition. Because, like, I want to be that channel where people go to and they're like, oh, well, Ryan, he saw this, and I've never heard of this. So, just getting people to, like, maybe get... Because I feel like a lot of times with people, like, I would say, like, not like us as moviegoers, but, like, certain people that watch certain movies, they may not check out something like that. But, like, if they hear your review and, like, they hear what it's about, maybe they'd be more willing to check it out. So that's, like, how I feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with your thoughts. Yeah, I like finding those movies as well, like you don't know about, and then you check it out and you're like, oh wow, okay. Funny enough about Vengeance, when I went last to the cinema, that was the first time I saw a trailer for that movie. Because I think we get in the UK maybe next month. I'm not sure.
We get everything next month.
Probably. Yeah. So I'll definitely be checking it out. I've seen your review and I've seen a couple of other people's as well. And everyone said it's a good movie. So I'll be keen to check it out. So Vengeance is for Ryan. Pete, how about you?
Oh, for films this year, I can think of two. I can think of Men. I really enjoyed that. I honestly didn't expect much from it, but went into it and really enjoyed it. Though the ending was certainly something very interesting.
Yeah, that is definitely an ending.
So I have watched a few David Cronenberg films, so it wasn't so much of a shock, but wow. I don't think I'll look at Rory Kinnear in the same way again. But yeah, and there was also one that I watched today called Brian and Charles. That was really sweet.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, that was fun. It's about a sweet, lonely guy, and he builds up this robot. He's got a washing machine for a body. And it's just a sweet little comedy. It's just based off like a small little like comedy skit, and they turned it into like an hour and a half film, and it's just so sweet and enjoyable. And I think it is actually getting a Blu-ray release here, which is cool to see.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember seeing like a little while ago. Elliot from IMO Reviews. He covered that movie and he said like it was like a sweet movie, like what you said, Pete. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet though. And Men, yeah, I enjoyed that movie. The last act, I was out, and like that, like in the exit. I saw it and that lost it for me. But yeah, the first two acts, I was like, wow, it's a great movie.
Yeah. I was glad I wasn't eating whilst watching that ending.
No, the third
Oh,
act is
dude.
way too on the nose with what it's trying to tell, I think. Like,
Yeah.
way too on the nose for me.
Well, Josh, I'm going to ask you next about this comment. Sorry, Ryan, were you saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna say, Men, I think probably has the best, like one of the best, like cinematography of the year. I think that I've seen. I just think it's like beautifully shot, and I know people are really divisive on that one. I feel like more people are more divisive on that than some of their other films this year, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Mainly because of its themes, I think. The whole theme about it is sort of like the male dominance side of things, sort of like men bad without actually explicitly saying men are bad. You know,
Right.
I think that's why people are divisive on it. Plus the ending with the whole Adam and Eve kind of situation, with the whole apple and him being birthed, and it's like the devil. It's like a lot of people didn't really understand it very well. Because I'm one of these people who just pays attention to everything. So I kind of, as soon as she ate the apple in the beginning, I was thinking, yep, she's tempted by the devil. Literally, that's literally what happened. She was tempted by the devil, and then in the end, she was like smiling because she, again, was tempted by the devil. She gave in to temptation. It's a really weird film to talk about because there's so many dark themes.
Yeah.
And a lot which not many people really understood. Literally, I went to see it and people walked out saying, "What was that?"
Yeah.
Well, it's A24. What do you expect?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But Josh, what about you? Because I know you've seen so many movies and you always come up with these titles I've never heard of. What's a movie that you think gets a little recognition?
For me, I'm like with Ryan. My channel, I like to talk about movies which no one really hears about because that's my thing. I like the festival ones like Sundance, TIFF, etc. That's my thing. I'm not too big on blockbusters anymore. Don't tend to pay attention to them. But for me, there's a couple like We Will Go Into the World's Fair, which is a beautiful depiction of like depression, which is only like 70 minutes long, through the eyes of like a child. Petite Mama, which I know you put on your list.
I do, yeah.
But for me this year, I think The Fallout is the one I'd go with. It's my second favorite of the year. I just did a review on it. And it's one which just makes me so sad every time I watch it. But yeah, it's one which is completely gone under the radar. It's not even got a UK release. It barely even got an American release. It was on HBO Max, but not many people paid attention to it. Yeah, it's so good. It's perfect in my eyes, honestly.
Yeah, I saw your review. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've never heard of it before. I watched your review as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some great picks. I would say for myself, it was a movie last year came out. I think it got some recognition a little bit in America. It got a HBO Max release. But that's The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain.
That is one I haven't heard of.
Right. All I'll say is it's based on a true story as well. It's a fantastic movie, but one of those that's maybe like a 1 or 2 time watch kind of ones because it's tough to get through. But that's the movie that I would say for me is probably like deserves more people at least to have seen it. That one, Josh, I think you'd really like.
Oh,
it's a tough movie to watch, as I say.
I'm trying to look it up now.
I think all you guys would like that movie, but yeah, it's a tough watch. That's what I'll say. But yeah, well, thank you for the question, Jacob. Ruddy says, Bros looks all right for me.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see Bros, to be honest with you. We've got Winslow saying, most disturbing film you've ever seen.
Oh, the list goes on. Oh my god.
Well, yeah, do one of you guys want to go first? I'm not too sure about me.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I have to think.
Oh, I've got a few in mind.
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah.
All right, Pete, go for it.
It's called Irreversible.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yes.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of people say, it's supposed to be good, but there's one scene in it. Oh my days.
Yep, it's rough. Yep.
It is rough. It's
no spoilers.
I ain't going to spoil it. It's not a nice
Sure,
thing to talk
it's-
about. I had to skip past it because it just went on for too long. But yeah, as one film I regret actually owning. It is just so disturbing and very uncomfortable.
Wow. Who directed that one?
Gaspar Noé.
Yeah.
Noé.
Okay. Yeah, that's a movie that's actually been on my list for a while.
Same. But I know about the scene. I haven't seen the film, but I know about the scene. And Jesus wept. That is definitely a scene.
That is. It is. Oh dear.
If you can call it that.
Sounds it. Yeah, Ryan, have you seen that one?
I have not.
No. Me and Ryan collab.
Ryan, that'll be a great video. That would.
All right, well, Pete, that's a cool one. I've never seen it though. Ryan, have you got one, or Josh?
For me, I would say there's one movie that like the whole movie isn't disturbing, but there's certain pieces of it. Like I think like the remake of I Spit on Your Grave, some of the scenes in there, some of the stuff that she does to the men, some of it's pretty disturbing. And then I would say like an actual full on film that's pretty disturbing is Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm surprised Armie Hammer's not in that, you know.
Yeah, I think it's on Shudder, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it. Again, it's another one I've heard about.
It got banned in a bunch of countries. Like, what's the animal activist group wanted to ban it because like it tortures animals and stuff like that.
There's actual real animal cruelty in some of the cuts I've heard.
Yeah,
I'm not watching that.
I think it was made in the 70s.
That crosses the
Yes,
line.
it was. Yes.
70s. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I've never see. I hate like animal cruelty in movies.
There is a cut without the animal cruelty, but there is a cut with it.
I just hate animal cruelty in general.
Yeah.
Same. But even in movies, even if it's like a fake, obviously then nowadays it's like fake ones they use. I mean, but even then I'm like, nah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I tell you what's a disturbing film for me. Not really disturbing, but a disturbing scene I watched recently. So I don't like movies in general where like someone's getting poked through the eye or anything like that. I'm just like no, that's not for me. But recently I watched a movie called The Nightingale.
Oh, gee, I was about to talk about that. Holy shit, that film is something.
I've got that to watch. I've heard it's rough.
Well, don't get me wrong, Peter. Right, it's really rough. So what happened was when I went to Florida, we said one night we're like, oh, we'll watch a movie together. So I went upstairs when I go have a shower. Came downstairs. My mum had.
That's one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a great movie.
It is. It's so good.
But I came downstairs. And my mum had this movie on. I was like, oh, what are you watching? And like said, The Nightingale. I just got like 2 minutes in or whatever. So I sat down and watched it. And there was a scene at the beginning. And I was like...
You'll never be the same after that.
I didn't expect it. I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't expect it, you know? And you're not going to expect it. Wow. So it's not a disturbing film, but disturbing scene for me recently. But Josh, what about you?
Definitely The Nightingale, because there's not just that scene, there's other stuff in there which I'm like, Jesus wept. Like,
right.
What the fuck? How isn't that NC-17 but blonde is? You know, I don't get it. I don't. I'd say Midsummer's quite disturbing because it's literally just paranoia throughout the whole thing.
What was that, Midsummer?
I love Midsummer, yeah. But it is practically just them tripping balls. And then basically just being paranoid, like their biggest fears and stuff. That got me. A couple Sallow. Oh
I've heard
boy,
about that one. Yeah.
Sallow. Oh, I don't think. For some reason, Sallow's on Criterion. It's infamously one of the most disturbing films ever made.
Never heard of it.
So much poop. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, boy.
Same with Pink Flamingos.
Oh, that's a disturbing film in one way and another. Oh.
But there's loads of disturbing films. Like Climax is disturbing because again, it's them tripping balls. But stuff happens.
Razorhead was pretty disturbing. Well, I watched it as a kid, so yeah, it would be disturbing.
Razorhead. What other ones are there? There's like
I know a lot of people talk about a Serbian film.
Never seen.
He's laughing. So
I'm going to have to start a series watching all these German movies and rank them. Be like, this is my ranking.
What other disturbing things are there I've seen? I think Beanpole's quite disturbing. The Lighthouse. Swallow is definitely disturbing. She just swallows inanimate objects and.
Seen that one?
okay.
It's a great character study though. I'll give it that.
Yeah, Swallow. There's a couple of scenes I was like, like kind of like.
She swallows pins and shit. It's like nah.
Oh.
There's some rough stuff in there. Like
And she swallows worse. Here's a disturbing one. High Life with Robert Pattinson. That is.
I've heard that's good.
Claire Denis is a weird director because she just likes over the top sex scenes, and that film has a lot of it. A lot of stuff which isn't consensual. It's
oh my.
It's a great film though. But it's a rough one. And Blonde, of course. Blonde is just wrong.
Yeah, I'm still intrigued to see Blonde. I'm gonna check it out this weekend, hopefully. But I've heard so much stuff. Yeah. But thank you for the question, Winslow, and Josh have given me a massive list of movies to watch. And
I just watch the most disturbing shit as possible. I think I don't know.
Literally. Roddy says I'm like 5'7", 5'8", so I need to carefully pick my cinema seats. Don't have a 7-foot monster blocking my view.
There you go.
Cool story, bro. I can say this shit because I know Roddy, but cool story, bro.
And someone says me and my other half always had to sit where the barrier is because we're quite short. That's fair enough. But yeah, it's always interesting to hear like people like where they sit in the cinema and preferences and stuff.
I have a habit of just putting my feet up, like on top of a seat when I'm just, like got my feet up. And some people are like, "Can you move your feet?" Because they can just see my feet instead of the actual screen.
Yeah. That's fair. There was a movie. What was it? I went to see a movie. I can't remember. It was very recently, anyway.
You went to see a movie?
Avatar. That's the one. Avatar. And it's not going to do about like putting feet up or anything. But literally, like when I was going to Avatar because it was in 3D, there was like these 4 teenagers like going into the cinema and I knew straight away. I was like, they're not going to shut up, right? You could just tell straight away.
You can tell, yeah.
That group of people, right? So anyway, it got to the movie. The trailers had finished, and then like one of the teenage kids, there must have been about 14, if that, or something. It was like, "Hey!" and I just shout out loud, "Hey! I'm so excited for this movie!" Right? But in a sarcastic tone. And the funny thing is, though, there was a woman sat next to them, like really Geordie as anything. It was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
That's excellent.
And the thing is, though, they never said a word throughout the entire movie when she said that.
Why do you think it's for a film which you don't even want to see? You goon.
Right.
You absolute goons.
I'm really glad you said something, though, because I was going to. But
that happened with me and Malignant. My Malignant screening was an experience and a half. Because I was down the bottom bit. It's a small screen. There was only like less than 10 rows maybe. On my row there were these 3 women who wouldn't shut the fuck up. They were like, "Oh, look, a castle here," throughout the whole thing, and they were just like, "Ugh." We had a couple making out in the back.
Oh my god!
What a film to make out to.
No. Yeah. Gabriel, you've been a bad boy, Gabriel. I think that made him feel something. And then you also had some dude Snapchat going off throughout the whole thing. So it was like that was the best screening I've ever had. I think.
Well, to be honest, they did something better than watching Malignant. So fair play to them.
Malignant ain't bad. It's just whack.
It's bad.
Okay. Yeah, I've only seen it twice.
Well, I remember when I was seeing it, so I saw it in the cinema, and then when like the advertised Barbarian, a lot of people were like, "This is this year's Malignant," and I was like, "Oh no."
No, it's better than Malignant. It's better than Malignant. I gave like a 3.5 because it's the most stupid shit, but it's so fun. Like
It is.
the final like 30 minutes is just crazy.
Mm.
For Malignant.
Oh, the police station scene. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like
Worst scene
choreographed it.
ever.
Oh really?
The CG and that, it was like Scorpion King CG with the rock.
Oh god, yes, that's true.
Mm.
The funny thing is that when I went to Florida and went to see Barbarian with Perez, he's like, "Oh, what movie do you want to go see?" And then there's a couple of options. Then it was like Barbarian or Minions. I was like, "Well, fuck Minions."
Definitely Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Fuck Minions, man. Like Minions is just.
I can't stand those little yellow pricks. No, thank you. Honestly, don't get me on a video rant on the
Little yellow pricks. Wow. That's like the Pingu joke.
Yes, it is. There you go.
Jacob says, one movie I watched recently was a 1959 Disney movie, Third Man on the Mountain. It's fantastic and highly underrated Disney flick. Have you guys heard of Third Man on the Mountain?
No.
I have not.
No.
No.
We've heard of Minions, though.
Stop.
Adam from What the Gym, so I've got Adam. Hey, Adam, what are we doing good?
What's up?
Hey, Adam.
Guys, stuck in a hotel room. Do you have a favorite John Williams movie soundtrack? Mine is Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
See what he's
Yeah, Adam's on actually on holiday now for a week or two. So yeah, have a great holiday, Adam. Thank you for watching.
Have a great time.
Yeah, I'm going to
Awesome.
have to look up John Williams scores because that's the main ones I know him
That's
for.
what I'm looking at.
Yeah. I wonder if he did a Minion soundtrack.
Oh Christ, that would have.
Well, I'm not
ruined
watching
my
that
mum.
movie.
Little yellow.
I'm not listening to that
Okay.
soundtrack on Spotify either.
What doesn't help is that you're wearing yellow as well when you see
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That's one.
I'm going
well,
with
it's
Jaws.
saying about Los Angeles in my shirt though, so I'm not supporting them yellow idiots. Please.
I saw a dude on the bus with a Minion blazer on. That was something to look at. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Like I don't get why people like them. I really
They're annoying little
Don't get me
dickheads, I
started.
tell you. So annoying.
But yeah, I'm just looking up John Williams scores because I honestly know like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, like the main ones.
He did this score for like Warhorse and stuff. I know.
Yeah.
I did.
Close Encounters.
I'm gonna go with Jaws.
He got nominated for every Star Wars prequel sequel because of course he did.
I've never seen Jaws, so I can't comment. I know, of course,
You haven't seen Jaws?
I know the famous tune, obviously, but
Yeah.
no, I've never seen Jaws. No, so
How
it's
many
on my list.
bloody Star Wars stuff has he scored? Jesus.
But he's
Oh
done
my
Superman
god.
as well in the past.
First Harry Potter movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yes,
The-
that's right. Yeah.
Lego Batman, DC Heroes Unite. What the fuck?
Okay. I'm personally just gonna go Star Wars for me because he's got so
Yeah,
many.
because he's done like 80 different Star Wars projects because they just reused the same track. So they credited him and everything. Oh dear.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys have a different one besides Indiana Jones and Star Wars? And apart from Ryan that said yours?
Jurassic Park.
It's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
From
I'd say Harry
Munich.
Potter's a good one too. The
Yeah.
first time. That's a good
And
one.
E.T.
Oh.
E.T.
It's
Wow.
another movie I've not seen either.
I haven't seen it either.
No.
I love E.T.
Oh,
Because
E.T.
this
is
thing
great.
is released on 4K, right?
Yeah.
They're
It's been
going
in
to.
4K, but they're doing like another I think re-release or something of it. And they're doing like a lunchbox and all this other extra stuff.
A lunchbox.
Yeah, they're doing like a lunchbox.
Why would you want that
and
little
something.
creepy thing on it? Like go to school. People are gonna be like, "Ugh, what is that?" Our
I saw
generation's
a
not even
I saw a Pop Funko the other day actually, which looked quite cool. It was like Elliot with ET.
I want it. I've seen it. I
Yeah,
want
that
it
does
so
look
Yeah.
bad.
good.
That one was pretty cool. Even though I've not seen the movie, I was like, oh, I like that one.
I want it so bad. I've seen it in my comic book store, but it's like £12 common ones, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Well, thank you for the question, Adam. We've got Jacob saying, my celebrating Disney review of Third Mountain, the Mountain's dropping tomorrow night. Well, I'll check it out.
Check it out, yeah.
I've heard of it. We've also got Lego M News saying, recently saw Fall Love and Thunder.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I feel sorry for you.
I only have one thing to say about it. What the hell was that?
A pile of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. Oh, my days.
Taika Waititi, you're not funny anymore, man. Screaming Goats, we're not 4 years of age, man.
No, I don't get the Screaming Goats. It was like out of some crappy TV advert he got them from. Oh.
Well, I have one question. Are you going to pick up the Steelbook anyway?
Fuck no.
No. I say that, and I'll probably end up picking up in a couple of months' time.
You will. I know you. Yeah.
Literally, Pete's video next week, right, guys? My weekly pickups of the week.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't like this film, but I picked it up anyway.
Right.
Because I'm me.
And it's going to stay sealed forever.
Is it 4K or Blu-ray? That's the question. Or DVD even.
To be honest, the Steelbook looks amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, they've knocked it out of the park with the Steelbook, but the movie's shit. So I was like,
I'd rather stare at the Steelbook for 2 hours than the film again.
Bro, here's the thing with Thor: Love and Thunder. They completely disregard the entire mythology of Thor they built up for like 10 years. They just gave 200 kids the power of Thor out of fucking nowhere. Like, what? Why? You've got, like, in the first Thor, it's kind of like, oh, he dissed Odin. He did like a whole diss track on Odin, and then he just banished him. And then he was worthy again when he tried to save Earth, etc., for like the last however long. This one is just like, Oprah Winfrey, you've got the power of Thor. You've got the power of Thor. You've got the power of Thor. Like, what the fuck?
Like Mara giving out wishes.
Yeah.
And another thing with the film is like with Taika Waititi, has he got anything other on his Spotify playlist than Guns N' Roses?
No.
Yeah.
No, the dude's stop.
No. well, maybe the Minion soundtrack, but who knows?
It's sad that Phoebe Bridgers did a song for that because that song's fucking amazing. But like, oh man, she covered Carpenter's song in Minions. That's the only good thing about Minions. Is my favorite artist. Goodbye to Love.
Oh,
like,
okay.
She's my favorite artist, and the only reason I listen to the Minions soundtrack is because she's on there. Like, that's it.
Gosh, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't listen to Tame Impala's song because it sucked when I listened to it. I didn't listen to Bieber or whoever else was on it. Who else was on it, actually? I've got to check. Because...
Don't But no, Fall Love and Thunder, yeah. It's like, you know what it is? The thing is, like, the Ragnarok was so good. And then it's like the new fourth movie took like a massive step back.
It took a huge dump on what they've established.
I think I'd rather watch Dark World.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, I think that.
Right.
I'd rather watch Thor: Love and Thunder any day because
Really?
Dark World's just ass. I know Thor: Love and Thunder's ass, but like
I was like, Russell Crowe's in this film. Oh, this is going to be good. And he was like, "Hey, I'm a Zeus," and he sounded like Mario.
He's like Mario. He did a better Mario impression than fucking Jared Leto in House of Ducky. Like, what's the whole tunic thing when he was walking downstairs and it was like you're not funny, Tiger. You're not.
No, it's
you're
not funny at all.
Plus, why are you introducing Hercules at the end? Why? I don't want to see any more characters. What you're introducing, Tiger? Please, you're just gonna ruin it. You ruined Christian Bale. Like, he's barely in it.
Russell Crowe was like 10, 15 years out of shape as well. Yeah. I was like, that jacket was way too tight on him.
Yeah.
It looks stupid, and then Pete, that impression sold me.
It's a me, Zeus. Welcome to my Greek restaurant. But it wasn't even Greek, it was like Italian.
Honestly, man. Yeah, terrible movie.
Terrible.
We've got Winslow saying, from my experience, horror films bring in the most disrespectful cinema goers. I think maybe because they go for a laugh and don't care about the film, but it's so infuriating.
True.
I think for me, one of those things with that comment Winslow says, like, I agree. I think it's like a lot of teenagers will be like, oh, like, I'm old enough to go see this movie. Like, let's go see this movie. And then, of course, they're all, and like Pete was saying, like, or like just seeing like Snapchat going off on the screen, or they're on their phones, or
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I agree.
I've had that a few times. A dude checked out in Dune. He was like sat 2 seats next to me, and he was literally on Snapchat while watching Dune. And I'm thinking, bro,
Wow.
I'm trying to watch this in IMAX. It was the
Mhm.
best experience I've had with IMAX. I know Tenet was amazing in IMAX, but like Dune was something else in IMAX. And all I can hear was your phone go off the whole time.
Mm.
Like, bro,
Mm.
why go and see a film if all you're gonna do is sit on your phone?
Why pay all that money? That's the thing.
But I did that
gather
in
going to see
Reminiscence, so I
IMAX
can't say anything.
is quite
because
expensive. So to do that,
Some
Mhm.
dude at the front of me was like, in Reminiscence, was on his phone, and I was thinking, I don't blame him. I don't
Out
blame
of
him
a
for that
film.
one. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, even with that example, though, right, is like even if he was on his phone reminiscence,
It's a bit
there's still
rude.
people in there probably want to see that movie.
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
It was only
rude,
me,
yeah.
him, and 2 others. So it was definitely not packed out. Let's just put it that way.
Mm.
I was gonna say, like, I think like a lot of times with these teenagers and stuff is it's a little bit different now because I don't know how it is over there in the UK, but here in like America and stuff, especially during the pandemic, a lot of stuff has closed down early now. They're not open
Mhm.
as late. So like the
Mm.
kids don't have anything to do. So mom and dad say, hey, we'll drop them off to a movie. They go to a movie and they cause mischief. They're not there to watch a movie and they want a movie hop and, I feel like there's like this rush for like these kids to, if it's a Rated R movie, hey, Smiles Rated R, let's go sneak into it and let's go like, cause havoc and, do what we want to do. So, and like then once they sneak in, because, half these places, they don't have a lot of employees anyway, and they can't keep watch of everybody. They just go, oh, we're going to go in there and, cause havoc and do what we want. So I think that's kind of like the issue now because like kids don't have as much to do, I guess, maybe. And that's like,
Right.
I mean, it's not like they can drive or anything. So like they get dropped off.
I
there
can't
and
even
they
drive.
do-
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it's one of those where like I said, like they think, oh, like I'm old enough to go see a movie. Let's go see a horror movie,
Yeah,
or
that's
the
true.
fact that they just don't like care.
Yeah.
Like they'll pay the money just to go on the phones, or like just disturb the movie. I think the issue is like there's no repercussions for them doing that.
Right.
Like don't get me wrong, you might get like someone like us, for example, or that woman the other day in Avatar telling them to shut up, right? Which is
That was great. That was. I
right.
would have been like.
I felt like doing that. Don't worry.
I've done that.
But I think it's just the fact that like the cinemas, like for example, don't ban them, or like say for example, like right, they take their photo so they recognize them next time they come in. Like right, you're not allowed in. Like worst case is they get kicked out of the movie. They'll just come back the next week and do it again for another movie.
Yep. That's what we had. Like at my theater, we had trouble with these kids coming back every week. And I always said to them, well, can't we have cops here? But the problem was hiring cops to actually watch the theater costs too much money. And the theater chain.
More money than the film would be getting.
Right. So they can't afford to do the cops thing. And, we had times where we've called out the cops and really they don't do anything. They pretty much just tell them to leave. And we can't even really get them for like trespassing or anything like that. We've tried to do that too. And the cops, they don't do anything about it because they're kids and they don't want to charge them for stuff like that. And like, unless they're, destroying property or something or doing something really bad that they, shouldn't be doing. They're not going to do anything to them. They're just going to tell them to leave. So.
Yeah, but I mean, even if they don't get the police, for example, like even if they have like a cinema staff sitting in there, but like having a jacket on, so worst case is you don't know who it is, you just think it's a random person.
Yeah.
Like, and then they could, they're still on the job, and a lot of time, don't know about you guys, but when I go in the cinema, like there's times when I go in and there's no one in at all, but they've got like 6, 7 staff in. I'm like, you can spare someone just to even go in there, jacket on, like for the movie starting. Sit in 15 minutes and worst case walk out,
Right.
Like make sure everything's going because that's usually when they start talking like straight away.
Yeah, I was gonna say because when I used to work in the theater, we used to do what they call theater walks. So every half an hour we would go into every theater, we would count the people in there, but really it was really mainly to just like check on the theater to make sure people aren't like carrying on and talking and stuff like that. That was basically what that was for. But like once COVID happened, we didn't have the employees to do it. So you know, that kind of went out the window. So, but we did used to have stuff like that.
Yeah, I just think it needs to happen more often.
I agree.
More checks, because Jacob's saying here, he's saying that he recently got to see Black Phone at his dollar feed and no one was in except him, and that's the way he likes it, especially for horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
On streaming too.
I had that with Transformers 5. That was funny. Because it was just me and my dad in Transformers 5. Literally no one showed up. So we just moved to the premiere seats.
There you go.
And same with Creed, I think, which was sad because Creed's amazing, but no one went to see it that day we went to see it. But
it's nice to bring to yourself, though, to be honest.
Yeah, especially when there's a couple films where I think I've had to screen to myself and they've been pieces of shit, and I've just been like, yeah, whoa, like just ironically. I did that in Don't Worry.
It's ideal.
At the end of Don't Worry, Darling, literally as soon as the credits rolled, there was a few people in there. I audibly said, "Are you kidding me?"
But the funny thing is, like, sometimes that's good though. I remember, like, recently, I think I shared this in my Spider-Man No Way Home review, like the re-release they recently did.
Yeah.
Like, they showed like the post-credit scene, which involved like Betty Brant, and like it was just like dead silence afterwards, right? And literally a second later, some guy was like, "Well, that was shit."
Betty Brant.
And everyone burst out laughing, including myself, because we all thought the same thing. Like, that new post-credit scene was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who came up with that idea in Marvel, but bloody hell.
Wasn't most of it just Betty Brant? I swear it was most of it.
She's not an interesting character. Like, the best time I've done Betty Brant was in Spider-Man, like the Tobey Maguire trilogy. Like with Jameson. Like, that's the only time I was like, oh, well, she's quite an interesting person. But,
all I'm gonna say is I have a crush on the actress who plays her. That's all I can say about that. To be honest, that's literally it.
The only good thing about that, then.
Yeah, that's the only reason I watched Senior Year is because she showed up in it.
Really?
And then I had to sit through the rest of it. And,
Don't blame you. We've also got my brother Joe here, but he says, Pete, what's your goal with collecting Blu-rays? Will you stop at a certain point or collect till the end of time?
We all know this answer. We all know this.
Oh, I'll just keep on collecting until there's no room for me in the house.
Or your parents.
Walking around the house, true. Stacks of Blu-rays everywhere.
That is actually what it's like now.
Just doing hopscotch. You haven't even seen half the ones you've got yet.
And Pete, and does your parents collect physical media as well, or is it just you?
Just me. And they're just like, you've got a lot of films here. Are you going to watch them? Yeah, we'll get there eventually. But they don't mind. They sometimes actually buy a few occasionally.
Really?
Do you take them? Because I did that with my dad. My dad bought a few and then I just took them up here.
Oh, they just all merge into my collection.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because I bought some before. And my dad's like, I bought that. And I said, no, Dad, I did. And he's like, no, that's mine. And I said, no, I bought that.
And then the movies that Pete's buying is just like they're in the bathroom now.
yeah, he just reads the blurb of it while he's doing.
Well, you can tell they're my films because they're all sealed.
Good point. Lego News says that kid scene about 4. When he said that kid scene was so stupid. Jesus. Like, he couldn't have given that power to a freaking Avengers in Endgame to beat Thanos. Good point. And don't even get me started on Christian Bale. He was so wasted.
Yeah.
That film just deserves a podcast episode on its own. Like, Jesus. Oh.
Gotta show. Yeah, I agree with you, Josh. That I would like to see you two talk about that in the podcast episode.
I would go off on one. I'd probably lose it because that film.
I think I would at all. That film was just
what was the whole
thing all the way through.
You know, in the beginning where he was doing the splits, what the fuck was that? You know,
what about the opening where they got like old excerpts from the Muppets in those guys at the start, the Muppets, those fluffy things.
Oh, I don't remember that bit.
Yeah, such a. Like, I mean, we've got Lego News more to come out. This now is in. The humour sucked. Some jokes were good, but the rest sucked. And the cancer thing could have been the story of the whole movie. Taika should never direct a Marvel ever again.
Bro, they literally had a speaker bit. Literally 30 seconds of time was literally just them bopping along to a song with a speaker. Like, you're wasting 30 seconds of time, which could have been used for elsewhere, but instead you're like, are you ready? Yep, I got this. Oh, what's that? Is that a grenade? No, it's a speaker. Then they're just bopping along to a song. Bro, you could have... Oh, bro, I can go off on it. I'm not going to.
No, completely agree. Yeah, and like Lego News, like Josh as well, just so stupid.
That's a green screen. What was the green screen in it? It looked like no one looked like they were there.
The CGI was awful in that film.
$175 million, and I think most of it went to Natalie Portman. But,
I thought she was wasted in it. I did like her character. It's just she was wasted.
they did nothing with her at all, and it's sad.
Nah. See, the another part I didn't like about that movie, well, besides the movie,
Besides everything, yeah.
it's like the post-credit scene, because I was like,
Oh,
right,
Jesus
well, they
Christ.
killed off Idris Elba, then they killed off Natalie Portman, and then they're like, surprise! There's still
Surprise, we're in Valhalla now. Yes.
And I'm just like, oh, well, there's another Marvel cop out. Can't kill a single character off. They always have to be alive.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just commit to a character being dead. Like, we don't need to see Idris Elba character anymore. He can be gone.
Yeah.
And Natalie Portman, I'm like, you've had this powerful story of her being killed, and then they're like, well, nah, she's actually still alive, because they're gonna link in Valhalla in the next Thor movie or something. You know,
Please don't make another Thor movie. If you do, I'm not bothering.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, it's been confirmed. We're getting Thor 5. Probably be called Thor Valhalla or something.
Probably called
Gotta
Thor
be.
Waste of a Franchise, man. Or something. Thor just to end it. There's only so much we can see of him, surely.
We're already saying like it disappointed him so much. The more I think about it, the more I change my score.
Yeah, he did a review of Rise of Skywalker last night, which that was funny because he literally just went off on one. But effectively, Thor: Love and Thunder is just like you. So Thor was he started getting more interesting. I think his best parts were during like Infinity War and Endgame part. Ragnarok was fine. You know, I think they made him a joke a lot, but it kind of worked at the time. But now they've just made him a joke. What was the whole relationship with his hammer in this one? Like, he had a strange sexual relationship with his hammer.
Yeah.
Like,
the axe with Stormbreaker and all that.
Yeah, Taika, you've turned Thor into a joke. A joke. Like,
I think the issue is, like Josh, what you were saying is like with Ragnarok, like he had good chemistry with the characters in there though. Like with Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson, he's got good chemistry with Mark Ruffalo. Like they all played off each other. With, like I think there was a lot of improvised script as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of like tell they were having fun.
It's not funny in Thor: Love and Thunder. They tried to do the same thing. Plus, why did Groot look like shit this time? Groot looked terrible. Like his textures were off, and
didn't see him. He was in it for 2 minutes.
He was in there for like 2 seconds. He probably said, "I'm Groot" once, and Vin Diesel got about 10 million for it.
Most of the money went to them guys.
It's so true. It's a shame. I know, like Guardians in that movie. Yeah, I think the issue is with Thor is like he doesn't have chemistry with Natalie Portman, Chris Hemsworth.
No, he doesn't.
I don't feel that chemistry anyway. So I felt like
the chemistry was. It was like me going up to a random dude in the street and saying hi, and then them just like blanking me out. That's what their chemistry was like in this. You know, it's so like. Oh. I'm sure they had chemistry in the first two. Yep, Rise of Skywalker.
Not a fan of Rise of Skywalker.
Bro, his review. Let me read out his review real quick. It's got a bit of profanity in it. Let's be honest, but
like what news also says about the Valhalla joke to the ground. Yeah, absolutely. Ryan, do you own that steelbook?
For that Thor one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't buy it. I'm not going to.
Good.
It'll be on his next pickup video. Just keep an eye on his channel.
No.
That'll be the first steelbook Pete buys.
No. It might appear in about 6 months' time when it's on a 2 for 10 offer, but that's about it.
Yeah. My wife actually liked it, and I was like, well, do you want it? Do you want me to buy it? She goes, you just want to buy it to add to your collection and have that art piece. And I'm like, kinda.
Looking at his review,
I'm not gonna buy it.
looking at his review for Rise of Skywalker, maybe I shouldn't read it on stream. Yikes! I read it off stream, but like, yikes.
Joe says Groot is probably Vin Diesel's best acting performance the last 10 years.
You know what's the best performance of him? It's not showing up on set for Fast and Furious 10. That's his best performance.
I don't know. Are they still feuding? I think they are, aren't they? Him and
Yeah,
Dwayne?
him and Dwayne have got a weird like, don't know.
Well, to be fair, like Vin Diesel sounds like an absolute dick.
Yeah,
like when I've read like
Yeah.
some,
Yeah, he doesn't
behind
show
the
up
scenes-
to set on time of his own franchise. Bro.
yeah, like he doesn't come to set like on time, like any day. So imagine if you were like an actor or actress alongside him, waiting to get started for the day, and he comes like 2 hours later.
Jason Samosa. What are they doing to him? Also, not to mention Brie Larson's in it as well, which is gonna like suck. Also,
What is this a new Fast and Furious about? Or
yeah, Jason Momoa, Samosa, Barbosa, whatever, he's in it. Brie Larson.
I can't believe
Daniel.
I can't believe that franchise is still going.
Yeah.
Remember
It needs to
when they
stop.
teased Paul Walker at the end of number 9?
Oh,
Yeah.
That
What?
just,
What, the latest one?
yeah, they teased Paul Walker coming back. He's
Yeah.
dead. Like,
I didn't see the movie. I didn't want to.
good.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
pretty bad.
It's so funny because John Cena he doesn't do anything. Let's be honest. John Cena's
he just looks grumpy all the time and
no,
shouts
he's
a
just
lot.
staring there with his big lips, like just staring. That's all he does for the whole thing. He just stares at the rock and says, "Been a long time, Dom."
I've got family or whatever.
Yeah, you've got some funny, you've got some really unintentionally funny flashback scenes, which are just so funny because the acting's so questionable.
29 raised to the Death Star.
Imagine if that does happen. That'll be life goals. That would be funny.
Rise of Skywalker, more like Rise of Suckiness.
Why is a shit walking all right?
Well, Joe's got a question. He says, if you could pick any 2 movies ever made, which would you do to pick a crossover?
Oh.
What has this stream become?
I would love to see, talking about terrible movies, I would love to see Fast and Furious.
And Transformers.
Asylum movie. That would be funny. Imagine like Fast and Furious versus Sharknado.
Fast and NATO. Oh god.
Imagine Vin Diesel going into the hurricane to beat up the Sharknado.
That's practically
Oh, he beat the tornado with the power of family.
Well, that's it.
Family
Him
is too strong,
give
remember?
the uppercuts in the tornado like that.
No, literally the
Then
word
what
family.
would you guys
Family appears above him and it just completely destroys the NATO. But like, that's practically what the franchise has become. They went to space in number 9 for some
Yeah.
fucking reason.
Yeah.
There's some satellite storyline plot point, which
Shark.
Shark and Furious.
There you go.
Yes, zinger. How
And that now will be coming out by Asylum, Shark and Furious, next year on DVD.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
God,
Hallmark special.
huge.
Yeah, like Bullet Train ripoff, whatever that was. What was the one you watched, Mike? The Bullet Train ripoff.
Bullet Train Down, Top Gunner.
I've got
UA Bowl
oh,
sounds like he's directing something.
There's a one coming out as well in November that I'm definitely going to be watching because you know how Black Adam's coming out?
Oh, what's it called? White Adam.
I think they've got one coming out called like Black Connor or something like that.
Black
Wow.
I'm going to get the title for you.
Black
I'm
Connor.
gonna-
Oh my god!
But it
I'm
was
surprised
something stupid like that, and I was like, I've got to watch that movie.
it's not called like White Adam or something stupid. You know? Oh my god!
Oh, they spoof everything. Like, so I mean, what films would you guys like to see crossed over? While I have a look for this title.
Oh, Fast and Furious and Transformers. That'll be hilarious.
Oh,
Just Vin Diesel driving Optimus Prime and then he gets launched in the air. Like,
Oh,
Really
sorry,
chances.
so the movie coming out, not Black Adam, Blacksmith. That's the one.
Wow.
oh, my faith in humanity.
Oh, and another one. You know the movie Avengers of Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh
Oh, the
Jesus!
Silence got one. The Avengers of Octo Boy and Water Girl.
Taylor Lautner's probably not in that one, I don't think.
Oh,
No, I don't think so.
They couldn't afford him.
Wow.
He's too busy starring in Kevin James movies now.
You can't be in a tornado without family.
Oh, he can't do that. Family's too strong.
Blacksmith.
Oh, the fuck is Blacksmith? Like, oh, can I have a ticket to go see Blacksmith, please? Like, people would think you're being some kind of misogynist if you say Blacksmith or something.
Honestly, the asylum never failed to impress me, you know.
I'm surprised Twitter haven't cancelled them, considering that title. You know, like,
They've had so many like lawsuits against them. The asylum.
Bullet Train 1 is quite funny because I just watched Bullet Train, like the real one, and I kind of enjoyed it. It was fun. But,
honestly, I mean,
so
the thing is, like, for my top 10 worstness of the year as well, I can't put the asylum movies in because they're all bad, and they're what I'm getting into at least with them ones.
oh my god, they got one called Izzy's Way Home. Android Cop, Avengers Grimm.
Oh, dude, they've got loads. There was one for like
Transmorphers.
yeah, like they got like Jurassic Domination.
Oh my god.
Street Megalodon. But it's
oh yeah, for the Meg, that one was fun.
Street Racer.
Well, this year they released one, Titanic 666.
Oh my god.
Titanic 666.
Yeah.
What the fuck? The Adventures of Sinbad. Asian Schoolgirls. What is that?
Oh, they got loads. Like there was one from last year, like for Doom.
Weathering High School.
Oh, honestly,
Oh
it's so bad.
Jesus.
I mean,
Little Dead Rotting Hood.
The most rip-off titles, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lego News saying, "Imagine, Mommy, can I go watch the new DC movie Blacksmith?"
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna.
The thing is with the asylum movies, they're on like the Sky channels, you know, here in the UK.
Sci-fi
So
channel,
imagine parents and children flicking through that for the day, and they'd be like, "Hey, Mommy, can we watch that DC movie Blacksmith? It's on Sky."
Oh. Apocalypse of Ice.
There's a strange I want to watch every assignment. No, honestly, if you go to asylum movies, you're guaranteed a good laugh of how bad the movie is.
I'm gonna watch some of them. Definitely Blacksmith when it releases, because Jesus Christ, that sounds like it's gonna be better than Black Adam at this point. Like, you haven't got the rock in it. The pebble.
There's also a Sunday school musical.
High School Musical, the web series.
Fine.
Well, speaking of weird kind of movies, you know the Bring It On series?
Oh yeah.
There's a killer one, right?
Yeah, did you see that one coming out?
It's like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for it the other day. It's like a little teaser or whatever, and I was like, "What the heck?" So it's cheerleading, and then they go to like abandoned house or something, and like they're getting picked off one by one. I'm like, "Wow, this is where we're at now."
The revamp of the series.
Yeah,
they change the scenery every time. That's literally the only difference.
Dunst, just a serial killer.
They just hire like Devon Sawa or something from Saw.
And then he's like, "Here, man, we can't afford to
Yes!
Black Adam, but Blacksmith's on TV." Yay!
Yes. We love Blacksmith.
Honestly, well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna probably end up wrapping up this stream, but honestly, I've been dying laughing.
That's fucking classic.
Before we go, I'm gonna go around to each one of my guests. So Ryan, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what reviews you've got coming up?
Yeah, so I just dropped "Don't Worry, Darling" today. I'm gonna be doing Smile, Hocus Pocus 2, and then I have 2 Shudder screenings. I got Deadstream coming up, Dark Glasses, and I have a new screening I just got called She Will. So I'll be having all those come out soon, and then hopefully I'll be able to do part 3 for my movie collection. So
nice. Yeah, nice. Some awesome reviews coming up, and a couple that I'm going to be reviewing as well. Like Ryan, like that Deadstream one. I've got that one and that Dark Glass
Blacksmith when it releases.
Right. and any Asylum movies that they release in this.
There you go.
I'll be reviewing those as well. So yeah, please go subscribe to Ryan. His link is in the channel description box below. I'm all muddled up. I've all been laughing about Asylum too much. Pete, what about you? What videos have you just released and what have you got coming up?
I released a couple of game reviews this week. I've done Life is Strange, and I've also done one for the new Splatoon. I'll be doing one for the new FIFA game, though spoiler alert, it's not much different to last one. Near Automata.
Obviously.
Oh, it definitely is for the Switch. It's literally the same. They just take the
They
22 sticker off and put 23 on.
Yeah, they put like Ted Lasso and shit in it, didn't they? I swear.
Yeah. Oh, not on the Switch one, they don't. They can't afford it on Switch.
So the thing is with the FIFA reviews is like when I used to have a PS Vita, like every year the release FIFA was the same one and be like Legacy Edition.
Yeah, that's the thing with them.
Nothing about the game.
They're all the same. They just have a different box every time. That's it.
Updated rosters.
And a different footballer on the front each time.
Right. So yeah, awesome, Pete. Sorry, so you're saying that you've got a FIFA review coming up. You've just reviewed like Splatoon and Life is Strange on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I've got a couple of more game reviews coming up. Obviously, some live streams every Wednesday. Blu-ray hauls where I pick up loads of stuff and show you films that'll stay sealed forever, and probably some movie collection videos where I'll show you some more sealed films that haven't.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Well, I'll certainly be checking them out. And yeah, please go subscribe to Peter Playtendo Guy. Links in the description box. Also does a live stream every Wednesday with Mike from Cinema Axeman and Andy from Forgotten World of Movies. Then you have like guests on every week as well. So please go support Pete. And finally over to Josh, which is that way. There we go. Josh, what have you got coming up?
So I just uploaded my review for Blonde. It's only 3 minutes. My reviews are like 4 minutes max at this point. Short form content. I've got Bodies review coming out. I've got a big video on why I love the artist Clairo. I'm in the midst of writing the script for that. That's going to be a longer one. I've got a few. I want to do like a 4K collection, but it's going to take a while because I've got to take them all off the shelf and shit. But yeah, I've got like some film reviews. I want to do my September watches, but that's going to take so long because I've seen over 40 things this month.
Oh wow!
It's going to take a long time to get through them. But yeah, that's what I've got coming up, and of course the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. So please go subscribe to Josh's channel. Got a lot of good things coming up. I love like them like watch videos one or like the letterbox one. And it's just like, crap. Next.
Yeah. I want to do another one of those because that was really fun to edit. It took a while to edit, but it was.
It's awesome.
It was fun.
Awesome. So yeah, there's plenty of great stuff coming out on Josh's channel. So please go subscribe to him as well. Go subscribe to all my guests. As for myself, today I just dropped a vlog video of my night at Halloween Horror Nights in Universal. So got that out. Monday I've got Deadstream coming out along with Ryan. We're both reviewing that for Shudder. And I think that's kind of about it for me, I think, for the week. So yeah, I just want to thank Josh, Pete, and Ryan for being here for the stream. Absolute blast. Like I'm new saying this by far one of the funniest streams ever. Can't stop laughing. So
Blacksmith made it what it is.
Blacksmith. Danny, when that movie comes out, we're all got to watch Blacksmith.
Bro, we got to do like a watch along party for it.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
That'd be fun.
A black.
Fuck Black Adam. Screw that. Fuck that white noise. Let's watch Blacksmith instead.
I can't wait until they release a movie poster for Blacksmith. So I'm putting it in the group chat.
It's probably him just doing a horseshoe or something. Blacksmith.
Gotta be, right?
It's just really bad lightning effects of him going like this.
Imagine his symbol on his chest instead of the lightning bolt is just BS.
Oh, bullshit. People meme on that. People
like what symbol could they give him? Called Blacksmith? They can't have like the electric symbol on there.
They can't have an axe on there either. Like a
or just the poop emoji. Hey, I don't know.
He's got a dollar sign on his chest or something. Oh my god.
Everyone's got Josie and good night. So thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.